observer, Mama no accreditation from Electoral Commission say on measure the Eoco. Now command baby say on number baby say. Mama share baby amu here, move it me who the Eoco verification machine. I for no man say one, NDC for no. NDC agents. Only space you have. What they have be who the Eoco when they are very important. See what is happening here. I'm not trying to dimension for our friend.
was in Sanya Kwama Bet. Felicia no one Sanfa Potidi. Fansa Dema dear was say, would they go from what? Or some monument and no. Like that, you know, who and from what the American, you know, I know Timothy 14:14. Also, no Kofi good in the match. What the war Brunas away Jimmy now be woo. Allergy, no sorrow. Men are me a software. What you mean to the Jamaica? Our legend saw them all. Namisha Yana.
Ya kupeli ni mwe mwinedi. Wayamlada. Wantumi.
Ghana ni nese Ghana. Ghana ni Ghana na hosena na Ghana befe. I'm bringing you updates from Suhum. So far I can say that sanitation in Suhum is better. I'll give them 60 out of 100. Yes. But there are a few things I ain't koye. I never get bi ne de gu akwam. Ema o man bi clean. Ebi na ba betre we hware. Ano pay be do somewhere around 8-9. Ball away gu ono ma ensu atagu so. And from anebo nyina na hua na ehuko. Rwanda for Africans. Yes, so Africans. So we can literally do the exact same thing on Rwanda hono. Obe piem wo hanso a ebi so ne abo anu agu ano. Ena no na me ka say ensuo nyina abopum. Enti we say from abo ne koto ensuo bi mo ha. Ensuo ne de be rane na kogu punim. Na eventually ama the shores of the sea no ayefi. And found baby ensuo bi ada. Ni nyina ebebo epunim. Enti se ball agu se krom say na from ahunu kogu ensuo mu a ebe ende up ewa punim. Bra. Na dey we the video we the Ghana Highway Authority muna me we the mamo. We signboard we mu a say Nana Kwame Obin Street. But ade we akata so be dey hu say Nana Kwame Obin Street ha na wo. We be pie mu anso amomo wura we so akata fa so. Suhu Kumasi Highway and also akata so. These things are not for what is the name? It's not for decor. It is meant to educate drivers and pedestrians as to what exactly is happening. But this thing must move to pave way for the visibility of the signpost. At the same way, if you are no more bar because I hate junction, no, yes, give way no sunye any editing akata so. How then are we supposed to know what exactly the road is communicating? Ebane sounds ama me na ma driver for ni hu de ko na cause accident bebre no. The road sign in and yes down there akata so no. Suhum Municipal Assembly, good evening sir. These are some of the things I'm in terms of road safety. And I'm try say me bon hu the road area champion for. We pie mo ha no ma highest Suhum runabout. Na runabout na ya je ho. Ba ya je ho no enye ho ni nyina abubu. Ade we enye one day and ebu ye. Enti maintenance is the key foundation of a great nation. if we don't inculcate maintenance into our dealings as a nation, then let's forget about building new roads, because without maintenance, the new roads will go nowhere. It is not about how much is spent in making a road. It is all about maintaining it. Once you put it it will definitely be something that will live forever. So these are some of the things I have seen in Suhum, and as part of advocacy, I am doing this video to communicate to the municipal assembly.
Well, you are back on the show. This is Munufie Politics. Charlie Obia Hon Air, the Rikus, Emmanuel Agwevi. Why are the mental freedom? We also part and parcel of the game. Michael Afenyo, Michael. Hey, where the Afenyo Dina Wabono Hay Neo. Mau, Charlie, you have a cordier, Mamina Aquaba, Francisca, and Makwaba, Pepo, Chameleon. Also, you are part of the show. In the comment section, you will send a comment or I'll just mention your name. Yes, so who's sending a Ghana at here. Charlie, now no other president Munina see Gata see Ghana, Gata him. I'm a Ghana, I'll be clean. Then be in Zuto Empire. I dare change ya the same thing. I dare change ya the same thing. Nothing has changed. So we have Bastor boys, I dear Muye, Charlie, Juma, Kessia Pa. No, my President Cook, we are now, so I have to say they are just working in vain. Nothing is happening around the system. Imano tell me you're watching me live from Techiman. Charlie, we have a call there. Oh yeah, the Techiman have a call. You might be di by your own. Aha, you be di by your kama pa Techiman for. Oh yeah, dear. Mental freedom is also around. Oh yeah, dear. I think you're the second person on the show, right? Oh yeah, dear. Kwame Deto, Charlie. Mr. So, we do person auto tiles be what's the fee and answer we project be an person auto tiles. Contact me, I'll link Kwame Deto to you now on an air Juma boom. Come pa. That is something we are going to discuss. Inti Mr. Ghana Babia will be and say bit my Ghana IFM Kwadia. I think sir we need to do it. We road signs and as a signpost near Kwabrane, and then Niema Kusia say, oh council, then I saw one woman arguing with the guy, which necessarily doesn't make sense. It is either say ma mini nima dear potia or katasono and I will name. But washeda. Until as a people, we need to start this kind of education. Joe Tahiru, you are also here. Oh, Charlie, I are dear. We need to start all this kind of education to our people. Send away a dana da bibia ba yibitime abohondero. My entwin e mato yerenchem kesi bi membesi as ne ba bisu. Na yesu nie the good president so. Elso na nipa na wote ho a esen ka wotumi protect me BBC no. Ana emma BBC no. Wote ho na wayi wani. And then nobody is also going around to supervise all these kind of things. Mr. President, Mr. Ministers and MMDCs and assembly members and all, task them because now we are paying assembly members, but we don't even know what they are using the monies for. To task them. Now, when we want the change, the positive change in our air panel, Mr. President, start to reset the mindset of the people. I think that is something that is going to help all of us. Bounty Rabbit, you also part here, Minia Bedase. Now, Yababa share agrono. I say, yes, I see, and I want us to do something very, very, very important. Sarah Adwoa Sarfo, I can't say maybe. Now, seminal kind of, I didn't mean when say Ghana for they didn't heed much attention to something Adwoa Sarfo kind of. Until I'm going to play the entire video for you to watch. Now, say who we are. I think say one kasa number free Rumonacha say onko che na Nadu Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Ghana's former president. Adwoa Sarfo na kasa o. Sarah Adwoa Sarfo e kan sembi mrebi okotena peace and a cancer answer no. But one thing I saw and I said, Mami say repeat it, the media no didn't take much or closer attention to Ansema Adwoa Sarfo kan no. Na sansem no she pinned former president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo as the most corrupt person in the country. Adwoa Sarfo ne kan yo as the most corrupt person in the country. Yanko ni enti ensem potia Adwoa Sarfo e kan uwia for adwen kyelebra.
Campaign ye call cabinet. And or say odi kind de adwuma bi ama me kra ansa na ama misika de aye adwuma. Eno ne say me nko ye nhwehwemu ye audit. E wo school feed ni mu. Ni ye hwe bebi asika dodo na ye de kose ye de nu aduane ama mmofra ni nyinara no. Se sika no ekọ anase se sika no e fa hemfa. Kwame we ya babunu ne de nwuma bi hye wo sa ani gie ne ahokeke bi aya na wo de ye no aya na sabe ebro adwene nti ase so the team put it together a solid audit team. And I just start Juma. And yes, at the office on the year, or call regions, no, or schools, no, Nini Nara, any year. Now, mammy, as I'm running all down. Who friend meeting at ma. Monsieur Juma, dear mammy, near bra, never church, I won't say more so ma. Maybe or yeah, or money be, and I'm in chief director, and I'm a sense a friend, no mammy, and all the phone man, and I'm say, Madame. Ubeba mi ye Juma na ebe boye mi enu nyina isan se ye Juma ye call cabinet man panyin akasa de ahyemensa wo hwe manim wo bebi a wogina no ka kire mi wo phone so sa agro na me oni me ni die no na ni nye ho na ono no owo mpanyimfo a o report to ewo soro ewo efficacy mu na nye me e na oni me be ye sa Juma no nti wo
Mr. Yentie nsema Adwoa Sarfo ka ni yo. And tell them, my share up and so TNE very carefully because Adwoa Sarfo is making serious allegations against some people in another Akufo-Addo's administration. Yeah, what we're going to do this year because of corruption and kasa. That is why I started with this particular video. It's Mr. TNE.
Me or be on the Kofi Kesi, me cabinet amount that directive. Pami, yeah,
Mr. Fikesi, Adwoa Sarfo can the seat of government as no all kinds of no. Until you jot down a lot of things. Fikesiem, whenever you hear Adwoa Sarfo mentioning the name Fikesiem, it is the seat of government. That time, none another than Akufo-Addo and Eoco.
Yamame, ama ye. It's a year time to transform any man, me shall any dean, I'm say Debbie. Ye be ye near diako. Mamma, so one cooperative dear. On pebe bintana, na yen so cause obi a oda so tebo. Ami, ye drew in office on. Afe documents are auditors bisa na yi ni nyina onye prepared say or de bema wo mu enenu etekodai ene ye de report Eoco ye kodru honum na report ba ya miss media misusu say senia na insensam ne pressure na ba mampanyi so no edru ba bi no mampanyi kra pese wo twe ne hu free report ne so nya sabi ono po ne ka say me nkwa ye sa adwuma iti yamfa nto baabi ene ye de to baabi esi den na eno kwaya Adwoa Sarfo ena Adwoa Sarfo ena onye sei ena Adwoa Sarfo no onye sei na kwa me se report ne wo ho omumfa mbeto ja na Ghana fo hunu katase hye proye kankan ya na ekoso school feeding ho enu nti no Adwoa Sarfo play ball dia ene ye won so ye be make sure say ye be out still ma me ni nya kukudro ye we ni mu nyina no takomi wo ana Mr. Chief Director friend me say ma me ni so open meeting with me na my friend na meeting ya na omba nti no because say na sisi na ye adwuma na o so o ma ye paper bia so fa nya adwuma na o ma fa ho a wo mo ye no so o ba be ye den ena oni me kan ya na msi okay ene ye ma ne mra na ma me ni bai kwa me no ma so ma me ni hwe manim a efia me free mu me papa hwe nyanka ne ehiafo oni biefo nyanka ekunafo ekunu ena ye me papa wo ma me ni hwe manim ka kire me se onu betimi ama me manya sika na mofra ni sika na ta amre kwa me ba eni mu no ne ye de call 1 cedi 50 pesos so ti that time no na allocation ye de ma caterer for each child aya 1 cedi obetimi di schools bi a edin no eni ho aye friend go schools obetimi di bi a chichim na wagege 1 cedi ewo across the nation no dia mame no woye bi ma ebinom woye bi da nti me ma ho kwan na me jai ne hwehwemu ne agro na me ni di na obetimi ne me ma ye bi me walking out of my office and me catch any say me Ghana fo ankola no aduane na omudie no 1 cedi sausage ba kokora wetimi de atoso ama no personal car on fa bi atoso fami creating non-existent schools na yamfa nkwosem ni na me say we report nim and the rot dodo na wo central region omo dem ya yamfa meto no Ghana fo hwe send your national security minister report there way yamfa meto kwame na ye me hwe nkola na nim 1 cedi no ahene ye bete de ato na mato so say your gari so ahene ye de beto edua no na ye wia ya tonwo ato gari ato sebe body abre na ye de ache kokko na to so me bisam so 1 cedi no kra no enough for existing schools that were on what be creative goals to extra diverted funds. Kwame na ne a transroom crowd say me catch say you are insulting my intelligence. What do you mean? Some ranu na ya COVID. Ya wa lockdown. Akola bia nko school. Nti me bisa ne say iti ene enye MPP aban na eba so ewo so. Na NDC aban ba no mo ye nhwehwemu a. Na COVID time yehu sa akola bia nko school a. Anu yiye be no no ote wo no. Obeyi. Na eba mpo anyo no no ebeyi. Me na me din, me na me sign. Me na me din be ba beto so. Ti kwa me no ha ne aye document na ba se sign, me sign. E ho ne dia ba se me sign. Me say, omo ye ba wo mra nkola ni tifia ye wo lockdown so ya no aduane. Me se me sign. Ni ade me Kofi kase mo say Adwoa enya na adwuma yie. Ye ka so won sign. E no ne Adwoa Sarfo ma adwuma Adwoa Sarfo ma adwuma. Me se me sign ne ne sign china. Ni obi din na wo so. E ye me NDC for ba na ban sesa. Ni ye se obi awie sika ye be fa na. Ye me fa wo a wuti fi kase no. Me na megu me papa ne mebusu ani ma se. Me ma me din koda sa ade no. Man sign. Me se me sign. World Bank dia bi bae. Ni ama me so no dia de me koya ko mampanyi anim. Me se me sign Adwoa Sarfo maju. Me se me sign ne sign china. Ni obi din na wo so. E ye me NDC for ba na ban sesa. Ni ye se obi awie sika ye be fa na. Ye me fa wo a wuti fi kase no. Me na megu me papa ne mebusu ani ma se. Me ma me din koda sa ade no. Man sign. Me se me sign. World Bank dia bi bae. Ni ama me so no dia de me koya ko mampanyi anim. Me se me sign World Bank. For Sikeba.
Well, what Adwoa Sarfo was a minister. Was a World Bank sika. Eba ya esi yemfa enhwem kwala emfa muga na man ose ye no so nyina ye chedi ose ye ne de ne koye koduru mampanyi nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo anim. Adwoa Sarfo ase nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo o task ni say ono Adwoa Sarfo and conduct this particular audit no also you do maybe and another dan Akufo Addo cry say enye ono cry na so Adwoa Sarfo no meaning another dan Akufo Addo accept say sebe krono no de ye nyina ye bo nti Adwoa kan no tum no mommo e ba cho ye di kodu nsem Adwoa Sarfo e kan no Adwoa Sarfo say yes ye create ghost names as a ghost schools my man can say school exist na yemfa kwala bia feeding sikane da to yemfa 11 cedi to ne yenti ses kare mero no Adwoa Sarfo no omso ma ye bi da nti so mo ye ya ko report no wo fikesiem which is the seat of government. So who was the seat at the seat of government? And another dem ko Akufo Addo na na santi bedi atuo ene na ete ho. Ti Adwoa Sarfo ase on sign ye china so she did not sign. Into say na Adwoa Sarfo majuma or say that was the reason. Now, Adwoa say, this is where I want to start my argument here. People in the comment section, no. Obetim do adwen chiraba. Adwoa say COVID by your school for nkwala nko school nyana. Na obiji school for nkwala no husika idi. So I use Finland as an example. Lockdown eba within during COVID time nkwala nko school no. Finland akwala bia no otifie no. Na aban ne di ni sika no. Eno aduane e me ye de bra akwala no ewu fie. People tie mi yo. Se na wo ba wo school mu that year no na ban no this best fans say emfa no aduane man kwala ni wo school mu because Finland no kwala ni di wo school mu free but because of more lockdown kwala ni tifinti no aban no contract obi a ono anuane no akwala no in every week they will bring list of anuane e be wo ho na kwala na nkasa choose aduane a wo pe na ya no aduane no ba bi ni e dem delivery e de ba ofie otu fie a wo na ya clinic oba kenkran na ye ubia ye so ba aduane ni je because aban no I dedicate our funds no purposely for that. Epacho Ghana de na Adwoa Sarfo ase and then another den ko Akufo Addo ni sikani ko di fikesiem. These are simple questions are Ghanaians, especially the members of parliament. I don't know, sometimes I believe say the members of parliament they are weak. That is what I believe. Adwoa Sarfo ase she feared to do that because him say NDC bar when di ni ebebo epacho NDC aba who is doing that. These were the words of Sarah Adwoa Sarfo. Also, no one yes had there because I buy sesa na NDC bar. Wa was he emphasize karma no. Obekono no or no ni din ebebo. And they say NDC aba. Your National Security Minister Adwoa Sarfo says she presented a comprehensive report. Emma the seat of government national security minister ewo copy or see report on ewo he about your NDC about your report no way. Adwoa Sarfo na Ghana ho na no yesi mo nkosie ni papa akosie ni papa nyina ba enti wo fra Adwoa Sarfo na obema a copy of the report na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo edisiye. Ghana, we got a president who promised Ghanaians that he was going to protect the public purse. At the end of his tenure, another public person, when Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said he was going to protect the public person, let me just go back and search for that particular seminar Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. At that time, when he said he was going to protect the public purse, Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, listen to him.
State coffers are not spoiled for the party that wins an election, but resources for the country's social and economic development. I shall protect the public purse by insisting on value. I shall protect the public purse. I shall protect the public purse by insisting on value for money in all transactions. Public service is just that, service and not an avenue for making money. Money is to be made in the private sector, not the public, and measures will be put in place to ensure this. We must create wealth and restore happiness to our nation. We can only do this when we have an educated and skilled population that is capable of competing in the global economy. We must expand our horizons and embrace science and technology as critical tools for our development.
And the former president Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo catched Ghana for saying he was coming to protect the public purse. At the end of his governance, Adwoa Sarfo said, now you're corrupt. Adwoa Sarfo say corruption started from the seat of government. Osi fikesiem na president Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was the key architect no Jessica no. And when she decided to say me nwie sasika we no osi ye koya mama mpanyi kura friends Adwoa na de na sika na yesi yenye connection nyina no o se wonye. Osi World Bank sika do so pro ebaye. Kai, a presidency sika na yera. Sikana yera, according to Sarah Adwoa Sarfo, sikana yera, sikana she. COVID nkwala sika nyina na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo pe me yedi. Mr. President John Domani Mama, Mr. Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is ojina penalty box num 3 years ni yeda to so ojina penalty box num. They say 1 year 7 or 8 months anyway. Mr. Ojinam. Yeah, uredi nyankopon.
Jimmy ewa MPP for mama Jimmy o, mo Jimmy papa.
Nanado jina penalty box no mampanyi mesro keke no. Nene, I am happy say Raymond Acha strike here. Raymond Acha strike here no. Dennis Merakalabuaje osi onwie sika bi anya no no. Court afrizi Dennis Merakalabuaje 5 landed properties. Dennis Merakalabuaje me ba bebo property see Dennis Merakalabuaje what here is going to shock you. Let me start. Number 1. Mepajo tie ni yo. Dennis Merakalabuaje also ono onwie sika bia no. Dennis Merakalabuaje no. Or 5 bank accounts. Ni nyina ya blocking no. 5 different bank accounts in Ghana ya blocking no. 7-bedroom house. Ewa late ni kurom. Ene na anu ehu ya brosai kesie Dennis Merakalabuaje dia. Yesi court ama yaji sa japade nya den sa to so Dennis entimi nkwuram biem. 2 or 2-bedroom residential property it was Pinterest Road. Dennis Merakalabuaje o. Akwa we no nya adwuma da. Na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo man DC keke. E no san pam no. E na e fa no be man say interministerial position we there no. Yesi Dennis was 2-bedroom residential property it was Pinterest Road. Enye no nko or residential apartments e wa Jiringa no. Dennis Merakalabuaje or approximately about 15 acres of land our latte. Our 5 different bank accounts. And now no afraid Dennis Merakalabuaje no one no free Dennis no Mr. Odena. This is common sense. Ghana for the way some politicians area Ghana Japade no. Hadwen. Ebie manye Dennis in kwana na ye freezing account so. Kofi Ghana, mo kaisa papa we. Nanado ase no ne ba ware Nanado dan kwakufu ado ba. Ono nso Eoco ekọ court a freeze na accounts nyina eye because say 7 million cedis bia akohye ne nsato 7 million bia akohye papa we nsato na mo kaisa papa we ne di NDC for atem say sebe se wote Ghana na wagimi a na odwo ne NDC wani ate ara ko NPP no tie no
maka ha and I want to repeat it enye nkrofo de but facts are sacred so MPP mo na sebe you wadwene chia na akwa NDC o NDC mo na ohuru nyansa no aba MPP mo maka ha and I want to repeat it enye nkrofo de but facts are sacred so MPP mo na sebe you wadwene chia na akwa NDC o NDC mo na ohuru nyansa no aba MPP mo
sawate ose se o NPP na wadwen chia na okwa NDC se wo NDC na se wani tia na waba NPP Kofi Jumah na kan asem no ife de Maxwell Kofi Jumah Kofi Ghana ye de ne kwato Gihok no because na se woni na Nanado dan kwakufado at the end of Nanado's administration no na Gihok Jumah na esi ho no ene anwea e de about to na papa ya to no nyina di na ade na nwanwan se machines na ye de ye I bottles o Gihok no and the Kofi Jumah hwe eton gi o some machines no as scrap se fa nkoye dasen o the Gihok sikari nyina di ye eton machines se sebe ye mfa nkoye dasen ene iron rods and so no o sign the Gihok property ekwa gi sika ekwa si awowa ekwa bo obosia ewo the base for papa no ho enu sika no so wadi nti se o NPP na wani tia oso o NPP na wadwen chia na okwa NDC o NDC wani tia na waba NPP nti according to Master Kofi Jumah no ani tie no eye koro no ni tie ene ye fe ni nyansa koro no
Jimmy MPP for mama Jimmy what Jimmy papa will stay in opposition forever MPP for nkwasiafo pa ma Jimmy MPP for Jimmy me who be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
Exactly. So why must you even belong to this political party? In Japan. Well, my main message is about Bounty Rabbit. The madman from NDC will send him to jail. Yes, I say NDC. I say when people na say who Jimia now ko NDC. Inti kwasi afọ na NDC no. Ebe chere no baby nyansa no. Ewo. Kwasi afọ no be chere no baby nyansa wo na wo wani ati NDC. Ah, oba NPP ebe okro no no. Oba end up in insawam. Into ono so ene ya freezing accounts ne nema nyina Praise la ku se kwase akeka Kofi Jumah aboafunu wa ya de kwase akeka nko a papa nyi o we ne papa we ne gina simple so kan je so oni opema oso oni opema pa into this guy ne tika no e bona ha mu ono ane kan sa Emmanuel say I could remember Tema Gihok yeah what ton bibia he machines ne de ye bibia no papa we ton nyina de ye o se yemfa nko ye da asen oton de koye scrap the best friend of Nanado dan kwakufado Jumah enye na ne friend no na se Kofi Jumah ba e ware Nanado ba ha na se no no Spain TV it's about but this is real criminality oh, well sana minia onkrofo we uja o mo chale sika pa o mabe wi o Ghana no NPP for no enya asem ketwa. But don't say we need to take our time to let majority of Ghanaians know the people now. Ija governance at the share of Monsano. Dennis has never worked before, but he is a millionaire in Ghana. And I said, Nanado Denko Kufa to Jai, I don't know, man, say public person will be protected. Also, for the show, Butuman, who are born by Sana Nanado Denko Kufado, I can't tell you. One time, Nanado Denko Kufado was sending a lot of codes to many people in Ghana. But na yentie. Rikus, chale me huyo na onzo ya bibia boko de. Me hu eden papa boni bi eni ho. Eti Charles General Mosquito for President Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa for Vice President Joseph ASIEDU NKETIAH for 5 years and then Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa will continue the next 10 years. Why are they minia? Why are they? That is how we are going to do it. If I wait till the message is about, I'll take my time to read it. Good evening, my boss. Mnuvi, hope you are doing well. Kwame Charlie, me when papa. I say, I didn't want to Charlie Debbie ever never born man for. So what I say? Nero Monacha or boy woman near kama pa. Until Romonacha, so where Jimmy or Cochenians are for natum. I don't know. Once the Jimmy needs 3 about so about to say grrr. The Kofi Jumah say NDC for you, Jimmy. Until I'm come also to say, you know, sir. That small boy alone still a money that can do all this maintenance. Be bianca bet me the way and another don't go for Addo. Emo muwie sika no. Me dwen okra mente ase. Hey, na president bi pa timi baka se obi a ne on sabe so mi afako. The NPP is digging their own grave. They keep on committing the same errors. It's sad that we still have people supporting them. They say Ghana for master baby a level of intelligence edu no chale. Enye bi ni sanema we no. Ye be kick omo nyina wo de tobo. By the time we get to 2029, no, what's the NPP party, no, a be D keke. So much must change around roadworks, including the hawkers sitting on the middle of the ongoing constructions in the median around Amasaman. Very simple and disgusting indeed. Ghana DHLA as a development. I mean, who's a Ghana for and that is how I see it. Because can't you again in this idea women in her. So we have video near one woman was even trying to banter with the man. Say, I don't know, maybe I'll have now baby. Timothy said, "Oh, can't you, my man? Say the baby we see no. Emma, a bit more cause accident, but my man couldn't say. That is how they understand it. Sometimes I wonder if God took his eyes off the bill when Satan made his way with Ghanaians. God, I want the child do a video. Bounty Rabbits, Adwoa Sarfo herself need to serve some jail term. She used the nation's money to take care of her kids in the States. She was dancing on TikTok in America when she was supposed to be in parliament. So, according to one, Enti baby a won sabe so bia na wedi, won so women na wedi, won so women na wedi. So what I say? That is how they were doing it. Enti Adwoa Sarfo na ngasa dia ba be kana asem no kra wu bia o se chale. Sika ne dey chedi o enti no, de won sabe so bia na wedi ko. Asemo, na wonim Kofi Jumah na mebo ni video chiro so se wonim nyansa. E na okọ NDC, wonim nyansa NDC na ba NPP no. E ba be yi o ne chama WONTUMI video bia chiro. Kofi Ghana no ne chama WONTUMI no mo bie sika ne gold so. Hey Ghana. Chama WONTUMI na oda prison no, oni Kofi Ghana. Etika mu na sebe o mayi sika any gold in a convertible car. What have you had?
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, what? Right
So Kofi Ghana ne chama WONTUMI no. omu pagya o chama wontumi agya bag of gold ne cash nyina gum e wa achi na wa bie convert no so e na nipa gu ho ye prompting na chama wontumi agye kwase e bie so se mo hwe na oni Kofi Jumah omo bonyom omo gye omani so are you surprised Kofi Jumah kan kira o say sebe se wani atia na o free NDC aba NPP
maka wa ha and I want to repeat it enye nkrofo de but facts are sacred so MPP mo na sebe you wadwene chia na akwa NDC o NDC mo na uhuru nyansa na aba MPP mo
aha it is o NPP na wadwene chia na akwa NDC o NDC na hu nyansa na aba NPP na obekoro no we na de chama wontumi edika won sawam no Kofi Ghana so wani ate obato no ho
jimie ewo MPP fo mo jimie o
mani ate se kwakwa nanse nti obehia chama wontumi ewo ho that is the corruptive nature of NPP as a political party Adwoa Sarfo akan na wan kan fa ni agoro me be ko ba kon so the campaign ankasa so papa panyi na kasa the finance minister no Efere Kenneth na kuntum kurunku oforiata Kenoforiata ye de ba parliament vetting no na NDC for oppose to Kenoforiata the second round the rationale no tie so hini
I had issues with the finance minister. One that stands out had to do with his involvement in an offshore, company as a private citizen, as the #1 tax collector who had interest in investing in tax havens where taxes are avoided. Yet he was appearing before us to be approved as the #1 tax collector. I thought that there was a conflict of interest there.
Exactly, that was a pure conflict of interest. And so now the go for the tenants say Kenoforiata ewo offshore account. Ewo tax haven. Che say Wasisa Ghana sika then ta one former salarium president. I don't know about a friend something Johnson. When you data bank na ye Kenoforiata ne salarium president something Johnson edia. Omako be a tax service say ba be a pie sika ne kogu no. Untimi nkonko cheke omuntua tax omonye we. Enzo Ghana former Kenoforiata the mandate on no mejeje tax e Ghana. Ojeje wie ne ba ho se na odi sika ni nako. Odi sika ni nako. Ba pie sika ni nako kogu Panama ne nasefo. Kenoforiata Kenneth na kuntunkunu Kenoforiata Ghana for tenasa under na do gufado e ma corruption public pets na do so ba be protection ye niji ye na public pets no e do tax haven o hwe wu ayera ko Ghana for minim bone a ye bone a Ghana for ye ya ne se ye to aba e de ma nana Addo danko akufado e ma ne be ye president a o sisa chairman wontumi mo e de so ne so na se de chairman wontumi kakra ye so chairman wontumi mu e wo sa bone we ho e de ne ko insawam prison a NPP for no so open den we dey tie NPP panyi for no
WONTUMI 20 years I still insist say WONTUMI is a political prisoner. I still insist. Yes, I mean other cases I don't need details. But this particular case, no, there's no minor in our country. Yeah, they man the concession. Now all assigning be a man call for. There's no minor. Even the big mining companies, AGC, all assign a man call for. All by regional minister, all by a lands minister, and the J permit and some of the amount call for.
What was the NPP for? So, cast of my dream was former. Yeah, name John Bodu say. Minor be or Ghana be committing illegality. Inti ya money may illegal in the country. John Boyd was open national chairman, know. What now do they go over those 8 years administration? No, the first 4 years, not John Boyd in the national chairman of the general secretary of NPP. Or say, and yet chairman won't me one committing illegality in the country. Inti ya nyama dia chairman won't me biano. Onye, inti ono ya de chairman won't me akwa tumu. Onu John Boyd who say. Or a political prisoner, or who say a bonnet, meaning under them no bonnet ye is institutionalized out ubia and kaubia. sometimes maybe nkurufo we ho say ah nkurufo we die bone na Ghana for ye this nkurufo we ba aban mu enti John Boadu ni so ono be pɛ the national chairman of NPP adi abaye adwuma ma legi 38 aba power now so udi bone emamera no constitution of the country and the rules on the laws na ya no okwati fa ho na wanya hwia wo se yemfa nche because obi ye bone ni bi according to John Boadu oso bi ye bi enti ono John Boadu no believe say Justin Kodua ka say NPP fo nyina ebe amase ene na bi abaye demonstration e dey chairman wuntumi akwakotom no that means John Boadu say ono so e support or carry any general mosquito say NPP for madwen wo form there na ye NDC ma kasebe sebe nkwase adwuma we nka yenye
enti se NPP for timi hwe nyame anim ni obronsa matiko e ka se wo mo ko disa asem we ye achi a e di wo mo party no nyina ni monyam e kwa akotwitwiri fam aba wontumi asem ya me di ho ya opa menti NPP for ase se ye me party NDC a wontumi judgment no kasa asem we me ni akire se me di party for mobilize party for akodi akire how it is going to cost MPP no womunim
wontumi asem na NPP di akire no
cost wo mo kese pa enti MPP betimi akogina ba bia ka se emo bia ansɛ forest biem emo bia ansɛ nsuo emo bia ansɛ se wa bra ya chi mu nipa evidence abeto ho se wadi saa bone no na munya no ema ne nso ane cross na party no nyina se yamfa kwan papa so anche no na che se wo se nsuo a ese se utimi se na fa ho di o ye galam se utimi na fa it's going to cost them.
Okay.
Now, I think say one more problem with leadership.
MPP.
I'm telling you. Once I me offer say mama me acting national chairman. Na omunya say mo omumra ne omumfa.
Na say we are NDC national chairman now you acting chairman for NPP.
Yes, because MPP go a yen kura be ha. Because we are building a democracy.
Okay.
As I say who twa kwan a obi gina kire no ka say e ha chia e ha tise enti say ukonya opposition bi a yenye opposition no adwuma na kwanya mfa so ye wo mo argument ni ade no nyina no e ya ma amamtimamufo gidie e free wo mu kura kina bi NDC fo wi asika kura na wo ko gina ba bi kan ugidi se Ghana fo be je no
omuka se mukura se sa na mutie
e be ka se o we de se ya na wo mukasa asem anye no kura
no muka
enti in the interest of the ruling party say opposition party no be responsible.
Well, the national chairman of NDC no o say NPP for pa o me fa no so on come manage on party ni ma omo na party asebe say na president Kuka kan you don't believe in the rule of law yanka say ya pon egu wo say the constitution ni mamra we ni e de ye adwuma no munji ni de mon qualify say if opposition kura no mo ye we dey just imagine take something you find something very simple. Otemaimu. Na the largest opposition party say Marane Omanum Omunjindi. Sene John Boadu can obiye ye according to John Boadu enti ye nyama obi anye. Na ye nyama obi anye na say de ba akoko tum say de ye so sudu yasi wo say ade we emwa man no. Galam say se man no. John Boadu say there be omunjindi sa. Justin Kodua say omunjindi sa. Na bi say omunjindi sa. Afenyamakins so omunjindi sa. Chain main sabons of all persons. Papa panyin babi na tifie du also on jemmera o man no mundi. NPP party. Nti why na aka o party ma sebe na dwen no eye kama obetimi aka asem amatima muni bi ho se ye nkoto aba mankrofo ekura ma me form aban kakra. Ebini ho because corruption yadea omankasa no omogidi. They have forgotten say omankasa omok candidate na Egypt 38 somewhere in 2015 was making reference to some things and or they be kasa ye corruption na wonji wojindi we dey mamo audio bi BAWUMIA nkasa anum nsem BAWUMIA nkasa o we dey tie nsem ayekobisa BAWUMIA very simple question we dey tie answer be ma
as the vice presidential candidate of the NPP and an economist. What message would you give to Ghanaians?
Well, it is true that the economy is going through challenges. We have a situation where the hardships are increasing. Nobody can deny that. And the reason that we are having this increase in the hardships are really the result of economic mismanagement and to a large extent corruption in the governance of this country. We believe that the vision that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has set for this country, for the integrity, the transparency, the incorruptibility of Nana Akufo-Addo will stand the test of time. And the vision that he has for economic transformation is the reason why Ghanaians should give Nana Akufo-Addo the chance in the 2016 general election. And we will see a different Ghana, and it will be better for everybody and not better just for a few people.
Sawati. I said Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration no. Ebeye kama. Ama obia ho atono. Na ibisa say DN from so no hu or Ghana ho before 2016 election was economic mismanagement and corruption. BAWUMIA no. Hey, NP before. Hey, you will tape we you go but body in that chiro. More. Under their 8-year rule no corruption no. Obi or one people be according to Adwoa Sarfo no. Was it prayer. Hey, Adwoa Sarfo can send you a video no ma. Ebi wo kura actually me sure say wo de wo kura ji say nwanwa wo de ba me say mo Adwoa Sarfo no audio no video no kakra bi na tie nsem bi.
Kampanyin ye call cabinet. And or say wo di kind de adwuma bi ama me kra ansa na am sika de aye adwuma. Eno ne say me nkoye nhwehwemu ye audit. Wo school fee di ni mu. Ni yenhwe bebi asika dodo na ye de kose ye de nu aduane ama mmofra ni nyinara no. Se sika no ekọ anase se sika no efa hemfa kwame wo ye babunu ne ye de nwuma bi hye wo nsa ani gie ne ahokeke bi aya na wo de ye no aya na sebe ebro adwene ntiase so me the team me put it together a solid audit team and na just start adwuma enye se yet office on ye wo mo call regions no o mo call schools no ni nyinara ene ye na maami asamre no na oda no wo fra no meeting a omma me se adwuma edi ama me ni ebra na be cheche wo nsem wo so omma emre bi oye omma ni bi na me ni me chief director na me say friend no ma me na odi phone ni ma no na me say madam e wo be ba me ye adwuma na ebe boa ye me enu nyina isan say ye adwuma a ye call cabinet mampanyin akasa de ahye me nsa wo hwe manim wo bebia wo gina no ka kire me wo phone so sa agro na me oni me ni die no na ni nye ho na ono no owo mpanyimfo a o report to ewo soro ewo efikasi mu na nye me na oni me beye sa adwuma no nti owo bibia o de be ko fikasi mu nye me ho
na cabinet ama o that directive
pa me ye di amame amama ye nti o ye san twinsanso ne ne ama no me hwa de ni din na me se da bi ye beye ne ye di akọ maame ne nso se won cooperate di a on pe da bi ntina na ye nso cause obi a oda so te ho kwame ye dru ne office no afi ayi documents a auditors e bisa na ayi ni nyina onye prepared say ode bema wo mu enenu ete kodai ene ye de report Eoco ye kodru honum na report ba ya miss media misusu say senia na insensam ne pressure na ba mampanyi so no edru ba bi no mampanyi kra pese wo twe ne hu free report ne so nya sabi ono po ne ka say me nkwa ye say adwuma iti yan fanto ba bi ene ye de to ba bi esi den na enu koye Adwoa Sarfo ena Adwoa Sarfo ena onye sei ena Adwoa Sarfo no onye sei na kwa me se report ne wo ho omumfa mbetu ja na Ghana fo hunu katase hye proye kankan ya na ekoso school feeding ho na enu koye Adwoa Sarfo ena Adwoa Sarfo ena onye sei ena Adwoa Sarfo no onye sei na kwa me se report ne wo ho omumfa mbetu ja na Ghana fo hunu katase hye proye no koye Adwoa Sarfo ena Adwoa Sarfo ena onye sei ena Adwoa Sarfo no onye sei na kwa me me say report ne wo ho omo mfam beto ja na Ghana fo hunu katase hye proye kankan ya na
Sawate Adwoa Sarfo ase katase hye proye kankan ya na ekoso ose mampanyi na nkasa kura ka chense on report kwa nyame na mka kire wadwo ase kona koye audit bia fa breme nti Adwoa Sarfo the minister then sekretary hye ene proye ne kankan ya na ekoso NPP amamuoma efikesie mu hoho na efiri ba no oso ohun bi da o se chen ikure wo ye Ghana ni amesrew tie nsema ye kan na se Nyankopon ma wakwanya kokurumuti ya na nado dan kwakufa do se eye wo de ana unia bi wo ho a wo kokurumuti na ye ono ane dia mere bi so na ye se won kwoto ba nkoyi obi a on peketa se ne proya mani hu ba bi a odi bisi na me ne e me den se President John Dramani Mahama say ono president na mamuomu na pointi bia sebe obeye te se NPP fo abokro no bia no odobama remonacha.
The other side and the governance on the reset agenda was accountability. That is the fight against corruption. People who hold public trust must be accountable to the people. And a time was coming when there was such impunity in government. It was like people just went into politics and government to enrich themselves. And so every week, every fortnight, there was a major scandal. And that was part of the reason for the loss of trust in the political elite. And so it was necessary to come and bring that to order. And first of all, to look at people who had abused the public trust and hold them accountable. But at the same time, send a signal to our own people that if you cross the line like they have, you will also find yourself in the same position. We'll have to deal with you. I'll not be happy about it, but I mean, it demands that if you also abuse public trust, the law is the law. It must work and hold you to account.
Yes. And the president said the law is the law. We NDC ni sebe. Uko bon kwasi akorono ameti he meme nka bi maw. President si on ka bi maw. General Mosquito si on ka bi maw. Ye party ni be yiwa ma. Se utie the national chairman of the party here. O se we NDC ni na sebe uko boss an kwasi akorono we bia. Ono as a national chairman. On fa party ni medi wachi because wo bon kwasi akorono no. Eye wo nko a na odi ye. Me ameti he sebe na me nka ho bi. Ha. Pacho ene line de be adwuma na desk screen +35846537264 ubetimi contribute e o show no so adwenkyere wo bia no ene nsema ma boss ubetimi de wadwenkyere aba enti mesero NDC appointees no president semen kan kyere mo samo be yete se na nado dan kwakufu ado ne nkurofo edie bia kyale ye be yiwa master bia bi okwabuno Easter Tachiman NDC chairman o ho chairman UNESCO na samara ne chairman style bia bi ye be yiwa master bia bi ye mokro no ho ban in NDC ye protect kwase ne kro no bia because sika no wia na ye wonko a na obewia o ti se sika de kwashe pass ti se sisi da party ni bia me nka ho bi aha me ti menji NDC ni bia sika ni da maka sa asem every day me nua bia bokọ de
yeah good evening Nyankopon do bia bokọ em say eneno kakra okay, thank you very much. It's Kaka Medibeka when they say, if you notice the difference between the former MPP administration led by His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo and the one we currently have under John Mahama, yes, say above was saying, we say numbers start there upra a profinity. If a fish will start to rot, it starts to rot from the head. So also na di bia so awo ye no say be ye organization bia se best start a year. Start a year from hello.
Meteo Pamini also.
Hello.
Meteo also. All right, I think say Miniano Entimi Engina. Nti yanko yanim. Na no me so bibisa me BOT ho asem. And then me video be about BOT me ya kire. And then niam according to BOT no. NDC amamumu or benefit. Medini nyina eba abekire wo. Emmanuel Asare chare bibia boko de. Da se wetimi join live on the show. Isaac says, yes, it's easy for NDC to collapse NPP now. There's no way NPP can survive. Challenge, she said, Corona Krufona Bono. I won't even stand it. Ujina baby actually, that's how you're gonna go. Many have patch up memoir, you be able to go.
Ibiaboko in our own way.
And when you're patch, you didn't say enough for him.
Brass Scorpion Prefi Dortmund, Germany.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yamko.
Yama Omoni Jumapa.
That's it.
On the nano na me catch or say nanado one mobra. Enti or no Addo that Ghana for now or pretending to be the best to lead Ghana no or buy say or be basic. What I say? Nana Ekufuado be 8 years obedi no mo de monche corruption case back up Ekufuado ewo Ghana mo de monche. And someone even with a young fan call a Professor Frimpong Boatin. The report or year you are the call to Ekufuado nim. Na papa no entimi enti hu dume biara na Ekufuado anka even a word on it no.
Yes.
And no hono nana e was a Ghana for who say Ekufuado is not the right man to lead the country called Ghana.
Yes.
What I say? And Ekufuado they transfer for 8 years because say pa Ekufuado 2020 election when we need election. So would do any to form pa na so no maybe because na papa no normal all year no within 2 years or time Ekunyasi na Ghana for who say no. What I say, and people say this particular election I call, which is 2024 election I call, NDC former or money a call from a block of ways and means normally winning about almost said and if NDC continue to block this kind of offenses, stupidity ways now, or the winning election now, I don't think the NPP will come into power because they are not there to develop Ghana. Some be Ghana ye always no per se ba no ye ye na deko kufa penso esi. There was a time na me tie Kevin Taylor what you say no more be bring course for abamu and then no social because social media started for abeso and they think na JJ breso near course that's what about film then and these people no agenda here always no at the fight for power power then they do whatever that they like. What I say? Before buy. There was last night we be a dinkobo. Nani paro kumasina na ye na maybe say on the on one a ye adeba ko pa for 8 years or year wo kumasi na ye debate wo. Bro, ye gina telephone so for more than 1 hour. We nya adeba ko see. And chere say we na kufuo ye we na kufuo ye. No say debe emergency. And one. Nafi and Franka. And it's a Ghana for Yabama Yadrini. Aye, Juma. It is Sabi Obrunia Junior MPP. They will never come close to power.
Yes.
They will never come close to power because they don't deserve it. Obia Bonnie. Yes, ye kumboni, no be a bonny. No one find a bonchi, a dipana why ye bonny, number 3 on some massa, Quakujina say, and a bonny coso, Bonny coso, not a young kumbonina, bonny the bed and a every ho. Bro, more people from before my chibi.
That's it. Meanwhile, you see, the only problem I have with NDC is they are too slow in fighting corruption. I don't think NDC is that slow in fighting corruption, but I would say the style of fighting corruption, the soldier for the amfa. We need to adapt different strategy. One of it, they say, President John Dramani Mahama said that thing in 20, before I think 20, 16 elections. Also, me boss a video no edit channel. No one know how he intended to
Hello?
fight corruption. Meaning I be able to there.
Yeah, I don't go I'm sure it's man.
Oh, why are they? Be able to
I will follow show no pa.
Oh, why
I
are
don't
they?
follow show no pa.
And
I mean, come on. The man, oh, meti lawyer no fear, but the way no fear no so
Oh, sir. Oh, I see. Chinse no
Tim
more.
Pabi na ka say. Oh, Tim Pabi na ka say.
Martiminia, young
Go national security for on one side or BNI for on the side or na.
Oh, okay. Mate.
Na.
So you say me fit my idea.
Minim say minim ye di ko ye share one na say di ma lose contact nti ayen kasa o. Menya on ba ye no kasa pa.
Afeni ma ni pa ko kasa.
Aha, I me say wa hunu ni pa kro. Aha, wacha. Me say wa. Minim. She MPP for better yenye bemma. Some crofo we wa hunu. Say yari how bi wo mutim e wo say ye de wo ko psychiatric na wo yo madwini madwuma yi hwe wo oh serious nkwasi asemi nya brase mu nyina gofo mu de mfie nwotwe mo de yesa nya wo mebi o and this one we should not tolerate nonsense this time round we shouldn't tolerate nonsense anymore.
That's true.
Because I didn't America sir yet ikrowe nipa baako keje the eco slavery for 8 solid good years. No, Biasa can for it. If finance minister. Everton is a bra. Name is our sema. What to me, my Everton is a the data bank, no enterprise insurance. The other so many the go for the year the episode the insurance company no bank in the account now the money skin who call the bossing out the end of Conadi call the bossing. Oba ye Jiminti, the Yakan working, what's the answer we net to what way when innocent wash at the fita now to one catch yin with 3 years with Teresa if you watch it. My young ye, we are not going to Bible quotations I can see now the amai. And minim hwe kura wo dem de uba techima misidan kwa so minim hwe iseseleji godomani mahama ba within short point time ba bia transforming say usi forum inner city rules pay magazine inner city magazine rules pay magazine akwan na from A to Z batake oni nyina ufiri o komesidan so a ufiri o besina komesidan ro ano ni nyina bekuram say arowa bekuram krobu bekuram. When the first transformation of governance, when we say the abana nipa kotono, is say kese baso bom nipa obrem. Intimidate near MPP for Bekanyina, Sebanyarea, wontumi ba chin sika ma obidie. Miracle boaji sika ma obidie. Na ba chin so a na ba giskia ma na hotoni asonwia ba be dem me. Sisi ye na Addo BAWUMIA kura ensese ye gigi basu better maso e wo say ye na sika abadia BAWUMIA twa Eoco kwan na dwen ye na edi nko gino na agi sika na asonwie ba intimidate ka kire MPP fo say sisi be de ye nye bemme ona bu maso Kofi Jumah give us kwasa semanu wan kan jire kurum ha man sika kura na wagi sika na be de man ajapade a hye won sase hweso na man ye japade wadi mu ni nyina dia ye ni open uwi abeka kwasa sema kire ye nya o mebi na po de be ni na po antena kurowem wan kan kire se mo kwa men kuroma no wa unti de yifigi ye ka say ye kai better whole lot amade achi nti minia ka che MPP for say ba kasabone amana ababe kabankasa benkaba nuntum wani ye mrai for 20 years wani ye enya before ya ne be
wani ye yes
bo abenkan chan say ye boa na ye hunu judge ya obu wuntumi ku obu wuntumi judgment wani appoint no e be na kufu ado ya ne appoint no ndi be nja ye ma ye ndwini ye hu jemensa sisi ye wo de wo nko what de nja ye jawo wahunu baako de ko retirement baako de wahunu yenku ye mo ono ase wa resign
ono abewu akọ
wuje mesa won kokora wa wotena wa ngata abere ubeyi hu agurum esa sabani wetwa to wonti they should give us a break
me break ngene ho me nua me da ase at the right time e be set record is ba adwuma no ye nti me bo ba so yiro ho na ye de saa na ye nta wo kine bibia nwipe na nche ye de changes radio be ba ka ho abeka kira mo no wa ye adwuma kama pa amana ko ye pa me da ase.
Bye. All right, the number near +35846537264 my main kind messages are Abba. If I tell you to join it live on the show at any given time. Yeah. Many Bibi Aboko there.
Hello?
Bibi Aboko.
Bibi Aboko. Make sure be a show if you question so. I am a Tawana, I am Mitie nkɔmɔ a ɛyɛ yɛn nkɔfoɔ a ɔmo tie na ɛyɛ ɔmo di no ntie bi paa mahyɛ John Mahama no sisi adwuma no a ɔyɛ no masa no ne sɛ anka John Mahama bɛ step down no ɛsɛ nyɛ obi a n'ani yɛ den kyɛn no
okay
nyɛ saa ɔman no bɛkɔ fam back because from Jerry time na ɔmo de adeɛ no kɔma Atamas no kɔyɛ sɛ obiara yɛ madamfo sɛ ɛnɛ ɛyɛ ka wɔ fie sɛ o yɛmfa nkyɛn bɔne nkyɛn no nti ɔmo a adeɛ no kɔ back ebiem nti mɛsrɛ sɛ NDC ɛpɛ sɛ ɔmo kyekyere ɔman no a ɛsɛ ɔmo pɛ obi a ɔnte asɛm ase a ɔbɛbɛtumi ɛdi John Mahama akyi nyɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ nnipa biara sɛ bia o wei wabɛma akyɛ ne sɛ ɛsɛ nyɛ obi a n'ani yɛ den kyɛn Mahama ɛnyɛ saa ɔman no bɛsɛ akɔ back adwuma a ɔmo yɛ no ɛyɛ okay but ɛsɛ nyɛ obi a woka asɛm ayɛ sɛ ɔnte kasa nyɛ saa yɛbɛkɔ back biem mehu sɛ bia ebia yɛmfa sɛ o yɛmfa ma nyame fɔ no sɛ woto kɔ aban no kɔma ɔmo back a yɛbɛkɔ back biem ɛna masrɛ adwuma Mahama yɛ no sisia no ɛsɛ ɔsan ɛkɔ MDC for some for regional ministers now. Baby omu to galamsey wɔ ɔmo asase so. I say this is the time or start to punish some channel.
Okay.
MDCs, regional ministers. Obi omu to galamsey wɔ n'asase so biano. I say this is the time or step it down said signing biano. So holding accountable.
Okay.
Na enyoma bi ɛkɔ. Sisi Ghana for no. Majority di NDC echi obi onye NDC onye MPP because of chama wontumi no wachi na atumi to obi a start say ne ne kɔ Mahama ho say adwuma oyɛ no ɔyɛ adwuma nti sɛ ne kɔfo na region bia na ɔmo tu galamsey wɔ so no saa region so ɔmo tumi the regional minister baako anase MDC baako ɛyɛ scapegoat so ɔmo ankyene njeli no kra na so ɔmo mani jai juma na oye say unya MDC bima jai na obi from bra ko le mu say accountability no ko fu best start say omo ye trust NDC say NDC betumi ebu oman no akọ mo a chen MPP nti asema betumi aka
all right me da say why are there all right nti me nua so dia a ode ba no say yem hwe NDC ni bi betumi aso no so ni mu na semra no so mudi a that means one wakope wasem eno ye bo president din a enye I think say the corner or kind is the right thing but sometimes what I also believe in is my fa bibiti say bia ye tata NPP ni beka say ye tata rather na monchi NDC ni so we should go around fishing for NDC ni sebe onye hwe na yakwa kwache ni say wade na was anyway ntino mini am ene ya in a way but justice and so on say just say we need to be a bit careful sometimes. That is what I also believe. Many senior Chris, we have a code. Many and you can bono. Hey, where she and that our bones mano. Many we have a code.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Me say, your friend is saying, Adwoa Sarfo.
Okay, me that's it.
Na nkɔmɔ na mo di no ɛyɛ de pa mo nkɔ so ana mo ndi na yɛsɛ mo nso ɛyɛ mbra papa mbra na mo hyehyɛ parliament sisi ana yɛsɛ mo ɛyɛ mo ma mo ani nkɔ hɔ
Okay.
Na ebi wɔ hɔ na sɛ President Mahama na abɛtena so na yɛn nyinaa yɛho ne mmɔdebɔ a ɔtumi yɛ. The first time or family and friends are ɛna ɔde kɔ nkyɛn. Second time we are and I mean the second coming we no and yɛn nyinaa yɛho nsakraa wɔ. Nti mbra mo hyehyɛ sɛ 5:10 deɛ yɛsrɛ mo ma mo ani nkɔ hɔ.
Okay.
Ebi ɔno no si free so yɛnim ne ɔbɛba. Ebi ana President Akufo-Addo ne nua bi na ɛba. Oh, na yɛankɔfa no sɛnea Mahama ɛtiri yɛsisi ayi.
Okay.
Yɛn nyinaa yɛn ho bɛkye yɛ. Nti yɛsrɛ mo ɛyɛ amoma mo ani nkɔ hɔ ma yɛ.
All right.
Ate.
That's it.
Trapa.
Sister, so they are or say some of the laws now yes we need to be very careful with all those kind of things. I think say and also yeah one thing I say because nipa na don't be boom man actually be bana so you wicked tiati. Emmanuel, Mr. Bunufio, God bless you. God bless your work. I will recommend Same Jamfi to replace Mahama. We need a strong person to replace Mahama. Hey, Asemo, Same Jamfi. Senior, you have a there.
Hello.
Hello, Pacho, who line so we didn't say enough free.
The famous Steve O, New York.
All right, Steve O, Yanko.
Hello.
Pacho, also Yanko.
Aha. Me boy about so far when me dia Woody.
That's it.
Na me shira pa.
Amen.
Na me the mechanic say President Mahama oya there. Previously oba there na enkoyi. But the oye no as I say ohwe say ne nkrofo na omo ye galamsey no. Omo ye corrupt. Ma ombu na ningu so. If he say Ebre ho yindi nkaso. Nya de a obetena ho da. So ebre so ne echichi sa nkofo no a mo so mo meka say na say which ni ho hunting so ni ho. Na obi ka say President Mahama fi ho a epede ne ne den. Nipa ne ne den wo Ghana obetumi di Ghana so after Mahama no. Kennedy.
Okay.
Uyi Kennedy a menua obi ani ho. Sebe esere NKETIAH oya de na on to Kennedy. Ye pe leader na ne den onye corrupt. Ntumi fa corruption bi an for Kennedy o. Ono na say Ghana fo nyina ye to abama no.
Kennedy Japan ya yenim ni ya na say Kennedy Japan for asem na okay masa.
Kennedy Japan ya yenim no na mekan menua.
Oh, okay.
Ono na mekan. Na say Kennedy e ba ko pe Ghana o.
Kennedy Japan because we to traveling tonti e bi hono kana ye yenim ni die. As any description of the market die me say dem hu ni sa o.
Oh, menua. Na Kennedy e corrupt na.
Oh, well, now when you're corrupted, how can you be defending corrupt people?
I can't defend you. Yeah,
sure. Can you defend? You're checking each other. Want to me to NPP for you and conquer salad on good dinner.
I need to do. Kennedy on Canessa on Cancer could dinner. Na Kennedy crown or Uncle Betchinatum. Kennedy on follow. I'll bet you what to. So I catch it home. Oh yes, I'll bet you what to. President Mahama na human oil na ebona baso. But Adeba Kubia ahontoaso. Ne Deputy Attorney General me share ne video bi o kan asem bi mani anje ho. Na o ka say eye MPP fo na ye chiche wo mo no. Eye wo mo ho no mo leaky information. Emma aban no nya evidence. On say we a penny say bio and you may be a no a secret public domain san your money and can't because I know there one more way money you. Oh yes, I pay go for even who weak points. So what I say, even say MP for na leaky or more information. They said the Yachimera Kabuaji. So being a kind so we do car. So about public domain ye me count. Into I saw when ye pa because baby I want a critical office no one.
Okay.
To see a Ghana corruption na nyoma ekoswa ebo money na or no tackle.
Okay.
It is the upper outbreak can ebe lose talk kakra bia so when I can say
but I saw him in that particular interview and I said what moody because he was asked a very specific question say Adentina NPP administration for Nkwana or Mochichomo. Among fathers. Then he answered, and as part of his answer, and also most of the oral cases in NPP for Nakasa and Deba. That is what I think. Say I heard him say, not specifically.
Yes.
It is what one another. Meaning, say what say me no need go now. You from for me or file come age. Say that is the right thing.
Minka say bonne say omo ekeka. On say we interrogate you be. Na so leak information ma wa. Umbeka se eye omo ana ebeka information e kira wo.
Okay.
We yes ape. Mo se sa ekwan na odinya information no ebesi.
Okay.
Omo fam baby o.
All right.
Into evidence.
Matthias here.
Nti mpanifo no omo hwe ni yes omo kasa no omo hwe ni pa mo mba meka nsem bia ebema nkofo ehu the secret of the assassins there be yes ah.
All right.
Me that MPP for Mama Jimmy, what Jimmy Papa will stay in opposition forever. MPP for
Hello, Pacho Biaboko.
Yeah, Biaboko.
Good evening, everything. All right,
okay, quick one. Me percentage say I don't agree with Microphone more say JM the first administration no wanye adie. Oh yeah, adie pa nemo say NDC form PDD. Afa no mu sua dede ne.
Yes.
And no kra omo nye perfect. We are still no yegusu a ye encourage omo say omo ye bibi a omo fam beto dwa ema obi a ente say ni omo ye ni na say amanfo nso so omo various places na so the video evidence nso so e to dwa enti no eno na ama obi a ehu ni NDC ye this time no last administration no omo ya de pa say wo hwe green book ne mu a no enye photoshop na bibia. It's true they actually worked but omo ndede ye omo they do it quietly na NPP for the intro at omo so now they will take it quietly and so omo feel say juma no omo ye no and no abedi adanse ama omo ntino no omo nye noise but say na omo ati say I was omo bo omo nyuma hu dewro no omo bo nyuma no hu dewro. Okay. No, I know na say a man for who say NDC ye ejuma no. But in the past, no me are quiet as a gentleman. All the NDC for any be and to ye be as a quiet. And at the other side, some class for the door. So excuse my language, but it's a fact.
Yes.
In class for the doors, any time be no omo ye the day, omo ye noise, baby on beko be what's your monka first and son away from and this is what and on tia and I don't agree with them. On first administration, on checking on Montroka said to Kevin Taylor. Oh yeah, they like no born who they Palma Obi who say yes, NDC worked. Kenya Kevin Taylor and most of us no Naki ni mumpo say Juma NDC for a year in their first administration no crown now and no munja as neka.
Yes.
How about leaking information?
Yes.
Okwa brochida. Anas only obronishia. Nipo man information. Yes, so beka but we cry the wire they were when disclose and crofua. When disclosing the source of information, no, but he just said, say, it's true. Some nkurɔfoɔ no ɔmo wɔ ɔmo ho. Ɔmo backbite, they are like that. Nkurɔfoɔ ɔmo timi kunkum ɔmo ho a confirm poisoning ne ade wei nso ɔmo yɛ. It's just peanut for them.
Yes.
Wɔn. Enti no ɔmo ngya deɛ ɔmo kyerɛ no. Na yɛfrɛ sɛ Kennedy Japan. Onye obiara wo master. Onye obiara. When it suits him, he tells the truth.
Yes.
When Bibi call against him, no abeye dede. Oh, you know, omunya ni omo kanon person omo yes Kennedy Japan ye holier than thou. Onya we bia o ye ade ye nim ne wa ye. One didn't he fight against a man for omo ye your friend is saying the right thing. One fight against we say a guy Anas. Wanya nyoma bebre wanya MPP for omo dirty work amomo. Omo nya ni omo kire no. Okay.
That's it.
Mami nya will later bye.
We have a call there.
Hello. As you say. Hello.
If I show Udini saying oh free.
Hello. What do you mean?
If I show me talk about Pacho consulted on the phone no than so or other devices.
Oh, me okay. Me no okay. Anyway, lanka me wani aba mienu e kan ba ko go bi ko ball Kennedy ntin. Makoye miensa.
Okay, yeah.
Na the edin kan mo say NPP for by bi bo MPP for chi e no ba Ghana. Ba ye bi aban ye wie sika NPP no ye babu akoto ko fa ye ba no. Enya Ghana ntin no ko fa ba ye o. Na Ghana for na ye mistake e na mo de ye ba mu. E na ya be wi amu. Enti ya no de emfa so bo no mo ye because ya nse da anti-party ni se de ba be bu man. Anka Kwame Nkrumah ebu man no nka ye nko se no. E tampon ba ya wo ka say no union government ka ye nko ye ma akufo enkutu no.
Sir.
Anka obi ye man ya na enti mo na mo ye mistake e na mo de man no ma ye. Na eno ba ko no nti na de mamu fa blame no ma MPP for e Ghana for na mo ye mistake e na mo de no e ma ye e le de be ye na galamsey no aye ka no galamsey no de minia ni kripa no abamo mpanifo e na nia wo mo edi mu akoten e ya ehemfo no
okay
ene abusuapani asase no ebi say China ni no ofi China be duru nkan no ye den no hu ni say asase bi eda bodisa anwo ne si gold wo so no oba kromu ho no say wo ho obekunu ba bia na kromani na akire no wo ye de ko hu anya asase no ha ne ton ma no so
that's true.
Enti all that him be aka say be kro mom ye ntu galanse agona wuntimi galanse ni wuntimi ma ho sabe sante ne kan say me mami ewu na me kwa kwesie no mo bia empia bonte abona go kra take some information don pati ni no so mo nya fra bonte na ga say o hin bi wo krom na so aye sa say to bi o de galamse yi bia ye be chi na okay, I so I ain't chakra ke be konform.
Sir.
So na no the toss me. Na the toss me and san no am ko ball Kennedy. Na Kennedy, when Kofi Jumah, na Kennedy when New York. And Kofi Jumah when New Jersey. Oh, now Kennedy no. Oba New York na no ya me ka taxi near di. Na lawyer be a friend lawyer ASIEDU. Ono na be ye MP won kokko. Kufu administration will be deputy minister of interior. One no the office will free one na wo Kennedy over share ho. One no ba Ghana no obinya deputy minister on kra wa be millionaire. Enti wo no circumstances na so wo ba ya be millionaire. It's a question mark.
Okay.
Kaka be ka chere wo. Ai. Enti ma obi so enke. Bye bye.
Enti yenko yenim epacho number na +358 4653 7264 9 ubetime de wadwen kire aba sene ya ye papai de ne de aba kama pa no Thomas do chese masa munufi honestly NPP people they are allergic to the truth and they don't want to hear the truth and they will remain in opposition forever. Menu idea or they aba eno no menu ya wi abako de
Hello?
Hello, good evening. It's a morning, Wahonswa.
Michelle, pa. Michelle, etiefu. Okay, Bibi Aboko. Okay, Omode Kennedy Asamaba. Enini, Asamni na no woman tinity sisia, na obi antene wasi. Container na yira no. Energy ministry. E wana asam no. Ni papa ni sa Winneba MP no. Minority leader.
Yes, Africa.
Na down for power. Afenyo marking. Oko Oshe Bima Minister of Energy. Napo. Pon everywhere. Keep 3 points sa oil food. Ni energy ministries. Bajameboa. So o gogo sisia no Oshe tama mu bi sa keep 3 points na. Utie nimpa na oil manager ona o say sa de ya mahama ya no. Every monthly biano, you be save 10 million Ghana cedi.
Okay.
This almost 8 years no. Every month biano, ono no koda ho. 8 years no. Almost one month you to me save 10 million Ghana cedi. Kennedy no koda sa energy ministry sa
board chair no.
Board chair ho. O the video no on Tamananado August 2017. No mo ko bie sa de na no man ka che no straight say ade na o mo ayesi wo no I san ko mo di 8 years 30 years ejuma but mama na di 3 years na ye but when be save Ghana 10 million Ghana cedi every monthly so mo fi so yes de eka yentumi anto fu akra ngu plant yembra ni say in box site na o mo de ma Ibrahim na ntokoba ho no ono na Kennedy kotena ho say Mama Ibrahim akọ jail. Sign in box site now. Omodo ma sign hydro no. Biso onwo sa hwanum na omo share kira omo ko sign omo ko fa China for no buy. Kennedy eka omo ko fa China for buy. China for sika na omo ka so omo do ba ba yes akwan no. Ekwan na omo ye. Waka ho asam da. Onka ho asam da. 2017 tamo abani change no. First scandal esi we MPP mu ye scandal me who was some contaminated fuel. That 5 million liters no.
Yes.
5 million liters in HRV no. Obia unimobi o cost obia bisan say nko no be omo kwa jackie versus a omo de cost nam free abroche ba no. Nko fo mienu pe MPP. Me pese mo body. But Kennedy obia o cost kase power Ghana. One no hijack vesters no. Time na ma one box no. And 64 Ghana cedi. Omo hijack na no echo 110 Ghana cedi. Me friend my cousin. My cousin or your editor ma one of the biggest media in be say umber report this case no. Na minim say MPP for no hold this media station no. Obi oye cost obia no omo na adwen ko say 2017 na ye ton 2016 na ye ton nam no organize a box. But almost to abewe no echo 110 almost close to 100 no more to so. It won't be say Kennedy or coastal the biggest coastal our Ghana one can want some say no cry no yeah your benefit. It matter say as some can say Kennedy no in some bro I say dinner yeah share ade no mo ya no ye the motion ye the kasa o man no emotion we nyiska e bebi onyiska no obi antumi nka we ye pain no obi antumi nka na asem nti mesre wo me ni nda ho ne nhwe obi ebotumi de o man na ma no a obachichire o man yi medam ase.
All right, into number near +358 465372 Fresh Prince is a Kenya Japan, dear Anka BAWUMIA Koraye. All right. Thomas Docheze Masa Munufi, Akwete can change your body. My for message to her. That any clear will be able to clear. Canada Japan were poo. Eh, as when they can fancy Charlie, a co from grow. And I'm assuming you can fancy about. Canada Japan, Master Munfi Aquatic can change your body, can change your face likewise. And Sabam premium prison can change you. And now you see Chairman WONTUMI, he just changed within a short period. Charlie, they say, clocking an article. Say, now who Chairman, you say, you say, hey, as a sun Chairman, double. Now, money maybe somebody rose the argument said President John Dramani Mahama, his style of fighting corruption, and you're good. Let me take you back to maybe 2016 before the election. President John Dramani Mahama, African Penny for Bishia or Accra, and they were discussing about how to fight corruption. That was the time Ibisa President John Dramani Mahama said, "Waje bribe da." Pacho, and before this, I didn't pa. Now, yentie. The whole interview, listen to it very carefully.
The heads of state meeting so that we are all on the same wavelength. Because, of course, one of the things that came up is that there will be no thieves if there were not people receiving the stolen goods. And so it's as much important to look at the sources of corruption and the corruption that takes place, but also look at where, the profits of corruption are kept. And that's why there is that look at the tax havens and where these monies are filched away, as much as looking at, the sources of corruption.
Were you able to tell the Western countries that, listen, you keep on accusing us of corruption, but you are as guilty as we are?
It was put out quite strongly, and I think that it started with President Buhari when he arrived here, and the unfortunate remarks that were made. I think that it is not, it doesn't create a good environment when there's finger pointing amongst us. We must be working as partners. And so when President Buhari was asked if he demanded an apology, he says, "I don't know about demanding an apology, I just want my money back," And so yes, we must look at the sources of corruption, we must put the systems in place that prevent it from happening. But when it has happened, we must look at the advanced and developed countries where these monies, are hidden, and make sure that there's a regime that is created where these monies can be returned back to the legitimate owners in the developing world. Yeah.
I read the Ghanaian press a lot, and there's always talk about growing corruption within the country. Even some of your ministers have agreed. Have you had to prosecute or investigate any of your ministers, any of your close working aides for collecting bribes or for corruption?
One of the things about countries like Ghana is that creating the environment where people are able to speak freely about corruption heightens the perception of corruption. And so it might be that because of the environment in which corruption is discussed, people have a perception that there's an increase in the incidence of corruption.
What about you, Mr. President? Have you been offered a bribe before?
You mean as president?
As John Mahama?
As a human being?
As a person?
Any human being in the world would have encountered, corruption in a way, one way or the other, either being offered a bribe or a bribe being demanded from you. What you need to do is to put yourself in a position...
Mr. President, did you take it?
No, I haven't taken a bribe. No, but I'm just going to explain to you. What you need to do is to put yourself in a position where you are not offered a bribe, and that's what I've done. I don't take decisions on procurement. I don't take decisions in respect of anything as president. All that is done at the technical level, and so at the technical level they decide who should win a contract, and if they want it fair and square, that's it.
Well, but in very simple terms, NPP for a cut one small aspect of it. Eddie campaign the President John Dramani Mahama Emani Luciaba. The anti-corruption summit about so Accra and all African leaders in ABCI and the means of fighting corruption and an EBC president was so President John Dramani Mahama say one of the best means to fight corruption is say Obamaya boni pedin. So Bokorona America Labaji Abokoroni Abonidi, Kofi Jumah Bokoroni Abonidi, we Abokoroni Abonidi. Na ama Timamufona who said corruption cause but was it the only problem as I didn't so the banner say the moment Oma amount for opportunity to speak more of corruption and corruption related issues in the country no. Na ma amount for admin yo almost say what by na corruption no e koso. Wahun. Because when you open the platform to say, Obia can corruption, cause na way, to everywhere, people might think that President John Dominic Mama Mumum and a corruption, a coso. And as part of that discussion, and an interview when Bisa President, now why you bribe that? And no business so me as John Mama and I say as a president as now worker because they were discussing about presidencies and how they approach corruption and also who as a person also there be that. But I wanted to explain. Say my nipa idea nipa bi was as at a point in time obi be say or person or bribe, but or not as John Mama there on J bribe there because decision taking whilst he is the president and you only take he doesn't take any decision via a state agencies and say for any take and NPP for twisting yourself no. So what I say? So sometimes we need to come back like this and then explain issues like this to people. See, anyane sa nipa dodo na betu mfuturo e de go amanfo ani because na president John Dramani Mama Kurazo we corrupt ye bisa na say waje bribe da wantimi answer enye sa na asem ne tie. I can't say me show so I will take my time every day to explain issues to people because men say that mo bi meton mfuturo engu obi aso nyese sebi ye be go obi enima say we don't do things like that. And to say jandam na NPP for the dam chale jandam killers on kwa ye kill o mo jandam no kwa o say and am NPP as a party ni chale o mo nya hwe nye no because o mo paja o mo na jandam no oh yeah diffusing that it's a my party na hata ahodi bi anim atase mo enti yemko anim na asara me kan no so bia mala no to William Cab ebisa se BOT e wo he on teninka chale BOT say obo NDC aban na abaso ebisa se die na waya o se mini bi atwamanda na na Dango Akufo-Addo ono no ye NPP ni okofa cement factory project bi di ba na Dango Akufo-Addo administration antiase enso NDC aban we mu ba ye no we di tie BOT na nkasa
mo report edi adanse no kofa omu nyina abra nti mini omo gitum no mo bae nti omo bae nso nsamode ewo mu ne se ye ne ministry no sane collaborative agreement ade che ne se nyame ya adoma ye ba be si fertilizer plant e wo Ghana na plant no so you see minister's signature and my signature now we me company esi abrofo na nan mu. Don't forget to say I don't own the technology, but I own the representation. Sure. It's Ministry of Agri enemy company sign a contract to say organic product a boaman foodie a pomudin ko yino. Ye may be organa ha. Wow. A 10-year contract. Eti nyankopon ya adoma. In fact, the me ba bono mo emu ne se. Yesi nyankopon sa kwatafo ne lifrafo bi yade. Nipa temba ko pe ne kokoda ase. Sure. Enti ene me besne ko sankore koda minister ase. Se obeka ya keke 2017 fertilizer project kroye yi no me tu wana monsa entimi ambem. Enti se na when your minister bia or the wafa all the process yan categories na se nyankopon bo no no atimi de ne pen as say look a great minister a Jimmy company atum. And don't forget, say letter we ya sign a off taker. Ah, the chairman say, met me for letter way they are call any financial institution a facility to do the project. Wow. And for your information, GCB Bank that yes an agreement the witness project no. Okay. Ah, GCB Bank PSA will and say they want to be a partner to me for the project because a environmentally friendly. Ebe buama assassin no kra no emu no ba ye na be yi. Enti nyamia da Roma Monday try me na ye ne mo fasane 10-year collaborative agreement as you can see collaborative agreement mo fa kire say there's a tonnage of product on beto free me company ho ene me ba sankore se nipa obi ye bibi mawa kaina danase nti ne me ba beda ministers said the wire ma me no enyo obi a na won kaye se oye ahafuni mi ye bunu ni bi kura na obi betima fi ni regional ba na obotia me. But you see this is a minister wan hwe se BOT from people na ba NDC o see and iswade unu na ekura wo no one ebe mpani excellency John Dramani man because NDC aban ewo agriculture for transformation agenda ade e kire ne se kuayo na ye yo no and iswade unu foforo ben na de be ka ho Debia ye inorganic fertilizer and ye promote. Anna minister si wonya brantie bia wa man ho amesrete kwa nsrese mpoa. But to see the vision ne Christ Excellency John Domini Mahama no ono a kwa akopɛ ne sika akopɛ ne bosia abeboa. Enti ne me fa sompa me manti show yi so. Edi aseda ma President His Excellency Mahama because any vision and the man minister no who say organic product no yem promote. Number 2, me pese me the ministry na special. Na aseda kese pa nkoma minister na nkasa. Because you see there why ye enye me nko na beboa me o. Me ne wo kase Nyankopon yard ma dadwoada. By be a pese di project na kwa your fence North District. Okay. And the reason is simple. So far, Ashanti region.
Because
sure.
Now yeah, say why that location?
In fact,
well, enti BOT no. BOT NPP near. You better about no so we light no. Enti only NPP for echi. Sebe Kennedy Japan kwa bit me describe NPP for.
Jimmy, MPP for Mama Jimmy, Papa, will stay in opposition forever. MPP for. Jimmy, MPP for Jimmy, me will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party. They are idiots.
Well, Canada, Japan say NPP for are idiots. And the BOT are not NPP for hono. Sabi, olutu who say NPP for are idiots. Essence of kofa fertilizer company oba be si wo Ghana creating nyuma wo Ghana. Asan aboa Ghana kuya for NPP for essence say one more bribe nti omanti ase. But say NDC's administration 1 year 7 months akọ agric ministry wa man go through all the projects any documentation in am ne BOT yi krata akire say ye the stamp asiso pan say onu BOT and then the company might some establish a fertilizer production plants ewo offense no omfa nkosi ho o se krata ne kita na bit mama bank bia man any financial support bia o hia one president pe and NPP need to say John Mahama you want their John Mahama ye adia John Mahama ye ebi no NPP ni kura attest to the fact say more peaceful president you born home modern. President John Domini Mahama is the president and say who vision or support you. And you Panamo de Nibio, and ye Jack Toronto Mudi Nibi, and ye Casa Qua. Casa NP before and some Cassia dear, send your minim cardier, who we are almost say Diwatema then Augusto.
Makawaha, and I want to repeat it. A Yankro for day. But facts are sacred. So MPP more. Now Sebi you. Why join chia? Now ko NDC. O NDC we na uhuru nyansa no aba MPP ho.
Ene wonne. So we kon sebom. Te say o bank account in freeze. Nti wadwen na atene no. Ene nyansa dodo no. Ba bi e do be kon Ghana ni bia ho. I'm not going to say it. Ghana ni bia e den. Ehun. Sanete. President Cook aya dear also messenger o de abana no. I mean kind we na yenko. I remember in 2012 when Afro-American wanted to contest Mike Hammond, I created a Facebook page for Mike Hammond and a friend also created one for Afro-American. Bounty Rabbit there or the Abba and no. Also I say there is one problem with NPP. If they cannot make money from your proposal, then fuck it. They don't even care about Ghana. It's all about the NPP and the money they can make. Why are they meaning? Because the way you're speaking, I think that you were with them. Into what say now, identity. Emmanuel said, "Why is one village, one dam?" I told you. How Pamiko fence how comes in? Or this kind of my man no? Ain't mean create any meaningful dam. Meaning she was appointed to create meaningless dams. Today, that friend who created a page of Afenyo regrets a lot. Or no ne ho chan DBA we as actually. You be never can chiro. One cousin na never call. What be ba? It's like Cook say we need educated masses to help in fishing out corruption and gendarme. No wonder NPP came to destroy our case with their mass aversions of free education. Free education kwa na do no the bank no no njini. Onje kura ni se bibi kura ho. Kana den say We go and join his friend WONTUMI. Exactly, only WONTUMI and Eoco. Usman Isa say good evening, bro. Usman, Bibi Aboko there. But the line active still +358 4653 649. So what can Chiribia ubitimi ede aba na fide edi ho enkomo. There is this story I wanted us to cover as well. Ghana mabuna sebi omako jina Russia ekontokwa edema Russia for Ukraine for capture some Russian army for me. I mean, peke ko ewi aya to aso.
Hello, Michelle for bia.
Mejo so many yenko.
Masre say yempen for me sure so bia majority na to campaign. Masro sade we no e ha me pa. Why say if you bia be fie kase ba ko na 1 meter. No mo ko meter sikasam ho we. Sana mo kwa brocha etia. Because ese obia nya ne meter e wo fie. Ono try to make create employment because you never be say no matter Japan kakra. Japan omo da ho use old meters na ye use Jerry time no. Because I think 2007 208 no mo ko change mo ko fa sa prepaid meters no buy say first e Ghana. When him says old meters no wa anka still anka unemployment no anka enye bebre sa.
Oh, kwamezo.
Only me bachelor because Japan no etine nimpa na meter na old meter na e ho no. Obi be ready meter no. Worker no be ready meter no. Obi no basande ticket be ba show. Nimpa mienu no mo yes adwuma no. Nti say kita meter almost be say you fancy 10 million. The whole Ghana. I say if you be uncle be any meter separate. Yes, if you cashier back on a meter back. It is uncle 10 million meters square and almost finding 1 million or more services are meters no everything. Minister electricity every year we are no employ more workers. Because of meter ni meter say but you 2000 in bana I don't be a contract in be MPs no kwaji sa contract no na meter no be say sisi anu kwa kwaji say utua mosika answer the meter bro average kwa say prepaid nti sa workers no mo for mo sa time no is a workers ni obi workers ni obi nti am ka just say me Japan kra na mo akọ mo enu technology no
nipa no mo reading meters no eno your job creation. Okay.
Obia or the ticket be ba sha or say o bill ni abani no. Only see another job creation. Into your fan say you
who say almost say prepaid meter now akọ nipa no te was boy in guzo no there who say job creation bi no.
Ya kan tio nipa ba ko eno no akwatena baby. It is mobile money. She mobile money omo ye mobile money no. Interest ye bebre say omo the meters oko randa or the meter or the paper kwasha oko read the meter ni we no. Eno omo kwa service no. Ni na ya enta hwe se obe stadium a me pache on be say ya edwin kwa de. Se be stadium say ya edwin ba so na anka illegal connection ade na anka so beti. Because every day we are no work
education kakra.
Okay, netly. Until every day be ano nipa ba be read meter. Nipa into omo ba check is a meter no. Kwan a meter no fashion. Omo no bobo no call individual was mikoto meter. Oh, menya electrician be wako tanker school. Be bobo mama no. E say electricity no akomo je sa edwuma no say omo dia. Omo no bobo meter. Abroche no say individual be bobo meter pay. A company no babu
suggesting now they ban one way I'll bet ya kwa chikakra mama Emily say what you're suggesting is old fashioned one way I'll bet ya kwa chikakra because it depends on the crowd what I say I mean, finally say meter na prepaid now can one more reading no. And yet say fear be any people couldn't could read it. Which mean maybe entire brono no people couldn't read it. What I say? And he said that entire brono people couldn't read it. Now say that entire brono no so no. You will be your tongue prepaid card no it ends up being the same thing.
Okay.
What I say? And
And
you're always now to say when we are moving to digital things, it means that we are losing jobs. No, digital economy can also create more jobs than what people actually think.
Udim, but you remember assembly so. As some person can say, if I say, if you say 10 rooms, esa obianya separate meter. If I say Finland, I would when you be meter.
Debbie.
Finland, I would when you be meter.
What was say, my education, but because say, answer na obet me aje dying in any parts of Europe to say Finland. Now Wokrata, our social security number, your name is registered in the system. Ghana, if you is where the man high no, ukwa kwa jib meter na, and say what the site plan, and all those kind of things. The bisa was a site plan, say would deep back pessoa. Then it means say nipa ba ko ne betimi enya saden ewo. Unless say you're also going with different things, information or kakwaje. Right.
Okay, meba. Abansoro woti mo Finland. Yen fe bisa abansoro woti mo Finland. One company nipa ba ko no osi ani dinda so.
Da be enya sa na.
In the room be meba. O de yen ni bi say if you kase na esi wo no. If you na woti no kase say company kra na obia room bia wo ni meter. Nipa mienu nche meter wa abrochire. Ebi nsi. Water obia wani meter okwa ohwe se ni meter no sa water me use sa we obia nyi obia nke meter nti why say efie ba ko bia no electricity no entumi ngi sa contract no say mema obia meter separate na bia edan kase pa na obia consume 1 meter
but so the Ghana must in apartment no obia wani meter there.
Ose
Ghana, if you're seen in apartment. Wouldn't say there be a meter.
Say then be with meter. Sa then old ones no. Edo also change sa new ones na our system no so. Yen for be say bukum. Yen for be me example bukum say then ho bebre no. Say you can say room no. Yen mo bia meter. Na say electricity na ka say eni akọ kra na sa illegal connection kra no esubeti. I'm telling you the fact.
Okay.
Esubeti. Because every day we are no ye lazy yentumi nkwa abonten enkwose ejuma na ewo no obi omoma no position wo man bia no opeso otena lazarus scam no kasa me na omede ejuma na ahyemense but say ye wo technology abroche Japan uti ufie wencho electricity bill na system na kwa ombetwo mo office wo electricity ombetwo mo office. The same thing, technology na kona nim. Inya fini aba call old system.
Na Ghana say won't mean to meter na eno so den eh. Say o light dum.
Ena me pese unto prepaid meter na. O say o mine ye uniform thing. Sisi I be use prepaid, e be use old meters. O ya way.
Yes, me aware sir.
Finland, otina Finland. So when Finland embro 10 years. When we say bibi wo enye uniform da. Uko Finland
might be addressing issues no a bit wrong. Oh, anyway, my mentors, my mentor, the next caller. I'll tell you something along the point. Why mean many of you will be able to. Hello. All right, Mestre say, Ofra, listen to the conversation on the phone now after me mom no. Because my husband if I do not afraid, but they want to listen to themselves on maybe TV or maybe on computer. It takes some time before it gets there. And, you know, listen to the conversation on the phone now or the after me no. That is something. I think say I'm not getting him very well. it depends on where you find yourself. When you are be able to
Boko na onjai.
me where they pa. But you didn't say everything.
From me David, from California.
All right, yeah, go David.
Munufi moni adwuma. Na ebesre yi nuanom no mama yam complicate eniema with ebia said the union or Japan asem compared to Ghana no. The tiani say said the na wuchire muchire no no. Ansa na wo be rented dan no. Na wo nkrata. Ena system no gomo create system ni in such a way say ye bo wudin ne nkrata no number na. BBF wo hu bia no eba. Eno na Ghana guso nkakra Ghana card. Nkakra. Ye roli niama mema ye mpre ye ho upre ho tu mampamerika akoma na eti. Nkakra because the etiani say nipa na eti Ghana no kra no de ye wo no Ghana anyin wo Ghana nyi omu nyina na wo Ghana card ni bi.
Dabi.
Ghana card na nkasa kura no ni issuance no kura no so wo no so ne problem a ye ntimi nyama obia na yakase obia no ye de nipa na to system no so
sa
adwuma no creation ne de wo de kototo oman foforo ho a question ni say saa oman no yen ye problem a ye na mu no omu for mu how many years ago and oma build ya bedu sa bri
sa
eye nkakra mema ye mpre ye ho emeye sa comparison no because do baby a what the square peg equation round hole ma emfiti ahwade na obese no emfa yenhwe ne yenye ne nkakra ye besre baby a aman penimfo ne de oman ne kɔ no se yenyina no ye de adwene ene ye nsusuye ene ye nyansa nyina tae chiri a I think say Ghana is heading in the right direction at the moment.
That's it.
Yes, say wo ye wo fa na me nso menya medie ukosi dan na me nsi nsuo kwan mu just because say wo sika be ye feeling ochena nsuo ni yiri a obedane fish one dane fish a obeya apotro yenye ye de na yenso efin na ye tutugu indiscriminate littering no ye jaya oman mu be ye fe said ye da bia ye pese ye de amanfoforo kototo obi ho minnim so obi nam Japan na oto ball ato abonten
Debi.
But yen de yen to twene wo kan obi be ka kire efa wo ho ben eyo wo na wo pra ha say ya mfa sa patriotism no amfa nhye yemu emfiri ahyase a yenyini wi a bebre dua na epo asimu no wotene na enye yi by swaketeketi a yetene na ebeye yi
yes
menua oni nyame nya adwuma medase
menua bibi aboko de hello
hello
bibi aboko udini say na afrifin
Monefie traffic Finland.
All right yankwa menua udini say
And then the Stanley.
All right Stanley yankwa
Monefie me that's it. But kakram pese can say. Me problem is Orano. Orano anka me pa mama chopa se. Sa Orana oye no. Sika na oji a on check the odi sika no koye. Say ebi ameji 10 million.
Okay.
10 million me dey sit down 10 million na maji wo asmasi we ho. Me dey sit down we si ho. Na ama for say oh ampa what the 10 million we dey sit down we. We do we are now there we. But so we just can we na one kan hwe na one ye one bo akonta na say is na at times say many pounds say we cry one ye hwe. That's my big
we bo bia hu ade this kind of
aha omo hu be do this kind of elo say na ebe boy na sa Ghana fina e woni me bra be kan reason see ai yampa madam will be called Ghana and saying also odidi you na okra we no crash in bottom na amount for say na then na we show bottom to fatu baby o say no enye sanet here well Ghana for the biana uko pam obi wo kwan ho na say am a single mother e man na omoton ade wo krom no omo kan obi pa na Ghana enkoso
yes
single mother no e do so obi aye single mother
ɛwɔ Ghana mwa no anka ɛsɛ yɛ fa country deɛ yɛde mmara ɛna ebu mene wo yɛte Finland ha wontumi nkɔ fa table ɛnkɔsi kwan sɛ wokɔtɔn anka wɔ kwan ho wontumi ba Ghana deɛ amanya ne twala indiscipline dɔɔso nti ɔmo ma wo ne wɔn sɛ tete na wɔyɛ fɛ sɛ sɛfa mankɔ circle no wɔn sɛ circle yɛ fine nti anka DC for ne saa assemblies no ɔmo yiri ɔmo ho na nka sɛ ɔmo ka sɛ okay yɛde ebi a circle ama nipa baako don control hɔ nom na saa wɔ ne nyinaa ɔyi na yɛn firi hɔ nom ɛmɛma Ghana ɛfɛ but at times no woman face no say politicians no it's like oh yɛn vote mami nti o deɛ sɛ party no bi ɛyere no na ɔyɛ a oh there no be a friend watch gya deɛ ɔyɛ no na woyɛ saa na yɛnya vote ɛnam ɔmo soro de bia mehu Africa politician bi a ɔka sɛ ma nyɛ ne yɛ nti ma resign means
that
but me no tia Finland ha ma kai some time ago ebinom kɔ no coffee kɛkɛ wo they resign.
That's true.
ɔmo resign but minister bi timi fa bicycle ɛkɔ park wɔ train station no factory no de kɔ but Africa they be ɔmo te V8 mu why aden ɔmo yɛ kasa kra too much me say me de ba me bon pa anka Ghana no we are not ready for democracy now. I'm telling you we are not ready anka yes say hey me say I'm for be bomechi me maka Ghana ye shie nyina na ya bere fofo
da bi ene enye
me de bia me kan say me anka me president anam ye penyi pa anka bi ti say bi hoye basa e bi ti say me body e bi ti say nima mokola health center anka me jom nyina fi on mo na me see fofo
me da si we
ni me da say chale ye be shia me ba o
mate izo ni ya boko de
yeah mo no fi boko apache won so
nyame ado me ho de pa apache odi ni say na afrifi
me kasa from UK me do fire
boko de
Scotland Edinburgh precisely
yanko
yeah minua am say o topic no me de man sheda mantem but me hu say ye can be say what is it we say asset corruption Adwoa Sarfo speaks minua corruption everywhere and the corruption no ayeka no see e kan won say omo ba the lighter politicians but when say corruption no and every single department, every single institution in Ghana is corrupt. And then you go school, you soldier forge, a police forge, custom forge, fire service forge, obiaje. And now office be na say one face can't to wa. Adena was ye ma wono. A bit me take you days ye nyem fama. I didn't ya ba abe drew some pempenso we. And ne ubi kwa someone say ye to abama wo say we MP was me kwa some me man ye di to me bi hye won sase me ye minister yes wo kwa some ne man ye di to me ma wo say wo man panyini a yes wo kwa some ne man afide kosi sen na sa adwumadie nyina se ye di ubi ekosi ye ano se wo medi anim na won cheche kwa na se wo meye kandifo a afide ko wie corruption minua kroyi mu ayetiti. And that's a corruption anyhow, but they try to minimize it.
Okay.
And omunim the consequences are a war corruption. Until you says a name yes idea no. These are the punishment meet me and they know say you cannot run out of it. Denya yebeso umu.
Intimate who be we bruchino almost or corruption, who says any pan or Jimmy for Unimiansa because then you know the system no woman. You know, say system no won't mean pass system no like Africa, I'll be to me ask to free no. Inti can corruption case and I say you kruma say yeah first minister former first minister Nicholas Sturgeon ne kunu more party who sika ama say acquire a sentence no. He knew just say at the end of the one day a better no. But when we make us say oh how yes I didn't know Jimmy into Jimmy or Quacoya mende ya sentence no. Yacheno. Minya inti abranti ya kana sewin. Sa abranti we ebetene television so a na nu se chabe as if say he is the most Ghanaian o nimya sansin obi a odoga na sini obi a inti Ghana sika de te ukukuru u the 5 cities kra to ho a Meraka Boaje nya de ope onfa because odogana but I mean inside no share the miracles Aboaje why Ghana sasika we ya kanye sika ketua o
yes
enye sika ketua o sa 55 no ya hu a ye ka ho asem but 102 no a yes say me or say me momo enye ye no so de yenim say no so is true because no so Eoco for enya say you know inti see the way nyina ba be born one person and net this guy. When was the last time I was starting here, say about politics, and we forgotten said this guy was appointed as a district chief executive and he was fired by Kufuado. I didn't know fire no because of Sikadi.
All right.
On when Niabranti we were yen ababa bedru. O man wa ye chichire no menua si yanhwe yi a corruption no ehun beye den ye hia obi a obetu ne ho asisi ho say media ma ba say me baba bekon hwe Ghana fo nyina ni da Mahama so if Mahama fails to fight corruption Ghana we are doomed because he's the last hope for Ghana for they look at say obetimi a fight corruption amaye so if Mahama fumble with corruption a year cases e Ghana na wantimi angeli de was jelly no he shouldn't look at left or right me man paying for beba nanim yenim sa himfo bi mu beba yenim sa sorry paying for bi beba but we are fighting corruption we want to build a new Ghana we don't need this interference he should step on his toe and then deal with anybody who embezzle our isika we can't just let everything go just like that you dear one brother do
that's it.
You di ho abro dodo.
That's it.
You di ho abro.
That's it. You di ho abro edodo. Sa na menu e dia o de aba eno no. That the way you di ho abro no de bibiri o ha have you. Menu e bi aboko de.
Hello. Yeah. Masaya baby.
Okay, sister.
But because quickly about meters. I believe say old meters no. Almost facing it off. And hopefully in the near future, almost be with the best the new ones no be replacing them. And I say so no compound house. So the compound house me and Jimmy ta and church will be at them. And not the I don't think say possible. And about changes in your Ghana, your mindset ni baby. I don't think say in penny for you because you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And say you started in Kolanket na as well. You been future because Otro Mukra rubbish I mean fan to baby I should be never got to no more rabbit in your parents say me teacher say me and yes me teacher say see it me yeah. So you better boa or mine or we should start from although you bet training in penny for no but Kolan boa because I'm not a future.
Yes.
I say so no obi kasa about Sikano Mojino. Oral no. I agree with him. I feel say so bit to me Almost the Jessica Caronas, the baby, be no matter to me. Now, the ASIEDU Ketia, and so ASIEDU Ketia for Siedin tea. Abomma. And Caroso, yes, okay, sorry. Okay, for Siedin tea. Aha.
So the blame was for Gini Free.
Exactly. Yeah, to first card. So anyway, back home dear Abba. Bye.
That's it. All right. Enti yenko yenim na yenhwe. Mini ya mepacho bi abokode. Hello.
Why you busy now? Some now my minute yeah.
Mepacho yenko also.
Okay, yeah, me also. Nia my minute ekafa meter no. Yeah, me electrician in America.
Okay.
Enunti me Ghana. The American system no Eoco. Na se me de kona se abane sumwa. Ombi sumunso. Meni medical ni ayi Julia Debra edi Hong Kong. Me de kono sumwa. New York Hafa compound house. Eni ni keka hono. Adi aye bitumi aye.
Okay.
Ye bitumi aye. Yenswa. Senya womu wia electricity no. Etubecha. Electricity no womu wia le etubecha. Aha wontumi wia electricity wa. If say meter no esi pan so aye no box. Mesa no Peter.
All right.
Enti medic kind womu edi ho nkomo. Enti before December no me call Ghana me the system no me top my 2 meter pans ni bia me de ko me ko introduce actually be me demonstrate the actual na so omusumwa about 30% of electricity a man for we our Ghana no becha
okay
yeah if it's there and yes and you have no we electricity no empanyimfo na nkasa Sebi mwadam for ha or a doctor o kruma na mkache say menua me the ha system no organ o say response I did do the quite work with you and say no doctor America you catch him say I do with him the America say me cool yeah woman you know wia because is wife na no me hu edan ya WONTUMI esi no AC unit a etwa dan no ho ahia. Even the wiring is wrong. The way our wire AC unit in Ghana, there is no emergency cutout. And me the corners the government no so with the electricity corporation and power generation companies in WONTUMI somewhere.
Okay.
Ghana, yes, they will cry 30% na you lose no. You bet me save about 25%. Or you bet cut 30% na one lost no nyina no. Yes, I bet nyina.
Yes.
Enti no idea my madwe say me de ko Ghana na me forward you pictures ni bi nyuma ni bi amayewa na me kwa me try say mu nyina mu beboa wo na Kevin say ye betumi abɔ ho dewuro na tumi aboa aban no aboa ɔman no
okay
enti me da se pass watumi afa me call enti no yeah bekasa enti ni ankrofo no kan nyina me no ya adwe na mo ma me no obi say yemfa ASIEDU NKETIAH de ento so no me ne nya adwe say ye betumi de ora
atoso
ora atoso a e say ehun be bi ehun no mo e be boa chen say ye de obi din be kwa akoto so
okay
me da se wa fa me call
all right yenko yenim mini wi abokode
Boko munofi.
That's Pacho Dean is saying out here.
I'm Pacho David in California. Me Pacho with a quick one. Menche. Me wo assignment to be about me to me manka.
Okay.
Me Pacho Ghana. Ya kwan ye highway no. Me call Ghana me di bear 4 months. I work in Tampo. Inti me ka baby ana me taifa pa minim. Kumasi to Kintampo between Kintampo and Techiman Kwano. Monofie ubisa yenu no na eti yeni omo eti ho na a police fo e wo kwan no so e do so chain schools ameka say wo kwan no but overload power we ase ope cars afo overload ase yesi kwan so enya accident a techima kintampo stretch na na se kumasi kintampo stretch no it will ebeje wonsem. Now, I am reliably and confidently saying this. Say, me my police ni be left. One with Jema, axle weight na wohono. Sa machine no, enye juma.
I see.
They just take money from the drivers.
I see.
Mr. for wasunto form.
Okay.
Ne this juma ma me say road minister who want a contact. They should do something about Techima Kintampo Road, Nanase Kumasi to Kintampo, Anase Street to Tamale. Sa stretch no. Na nyama say ni nipa ewu accident koso wo ho no monofie ebeje wonsam.
Okay.
Medase.
Medase. All right, enti senior so dia o de ba eno no. Eni ya bibia boko de.
Hello.
Hello, Pacho, all line so Dean is an free here.
Yeah, Pacho, me daily region, me free for US, Pennsylvania.
All right, senior Yanko.
Yeah, me person make say Ghana no, the problem we have is education. But as of now, what I think we have to do is we have to introduce all this like trash living in the streets, squatting in an unpleasant places. We should start in the junior secondary school, like the junior secondary school. Then we take it to the SSS because these kids are growing. The elderly people in the society will eventually phased out. So once we put that idea in the mind of the children growing up, they will grow to pick up that idea that we don't have to put papers in the street. When we drink water, we don't have to leave it on the street and all that. And all this trash, it will take a while. But when we compare a country like Rwanda, after they went through the genocide, they have adopted a system. Now their country is very clean. So when we start this with the junior secondary school to the high school to the university, we will plant that ideas in the mind of the people.
Okay.
So that as the elderly parents are phasing out, the idea will be instilled in the kids. So that when they grow, they also live the way Ghana want them to live. This is what I want to put across.
All right. Thank you very much.
That is my suggestion.
Thank you very much. All right.
Yes, Manofi, Jota Hirunie.
Oh, Charlie.
UK. Yeah, me yedmo electricity kakra. Na mita issue here by me na ejame so me contribute kakra.
All right.
No more ka say room bia bit me san kan mita no. And no normally no aya na edin san say isi junu ono on threshold bi ohodoma ono plug ohodoma. Se wunyen do sa limit na. Oto ho a enye ti some consumption here below 100 units and no yeah mamu meter no more than one.
Okay.
Until sana de adwumanti before say over qualify say be obeji additional meter just some consumption below 600 units. Until sana yes idea you don't qualify to have a meter more than one in your house.
Okay.
Until also sana man so yeah na prepaid no so no a year on me say before no na me find say meter reading a yen na no ECG be do me be mo nyina ma contract. So intina over here meters no na the heart of the company. And a company also losses more than 30% losses.
Okay.
Now the heart of the company no is being controlled by outsider only meter na company contractors na reading meters no.
Okay.
So into am so mo call that say contractor no and some so etua na boy seka ti tem ya na ketua no sa Into almost quite almost suppress reading no. So home. Oh, into maybe no this are not you must say home. Yenya ya this manager no. No a very strict as the sense say. Oh, who says I didn't endorse no and what shall say as a meter readers are all the hasia. No way you would work to her. Na so was one into a horn system no says say expose one. Into the actual reading a meter no so no. So also contribute for losses no. So into meters no reading now customers in the committee no nyon who sika no mutua. Into you must sound nipa no free hono no. For buy no. Ono ko fa the actual reading no e de buy no. Afedi is all the billing nipa na so wanti ase. So we na baba ho a wo si mebodua. Enso se na no the correct reading no. Because once a contractors no so mu so omo no mo out that. Into no ye illegal na wo nsuro. So the company no dwene ho na no akasa ho say fine say na tie dia ma me for prepaid nya den embra to mo do introduce prepaid ba system no mo no so ho prepaid no start say adwuma no e ma na loss so no ye den ba form ba here this a system a easy jo ho e to da so na me kasa akodwo so ye den e ka ho san say illegal no any said just say losses no ho ya ne e ka na ye ton enye sika no ya ne no aye den akoye pe se wudi dwa na so kota ade 100 series okrum na wo de bafie na se mu 32% ayira there's no way out with my den asurvive nti ECG how no me say wo de opa fama private cramp no sadi won still abeden ebe koso so hu nti se prepaid na omo introduce no se omo ye ne se omo ma prepaid na do so a omo be hu musika no so no omo nyam faso. It's not say ECG no so wo class standard unit wo na afi no be charge wo kese no onye sika ye den every ho so you below a ho no kra no enjoy subsidy nti ECG no nyam faso ho tita mo consumption never bro 600 unit ni sa tam na ECG so ye den e den faso be den beto so so ho nti obi aba na mpemita bebre so na ha company no e ma company so nye den ehu so nti losses no de bebi agina no ho na be gina san say system no ye consumers ni enti ase e dey isi so ntimi nkọ down enti eche munye den emfa nche nipa no mo so nye den enti ase e na ma de na hangi wona company no ne na ba kwa den ebu na si wo so wo out a wo hu ba wo say ECG pan kan yasa nka ban kuta ne ba bi kakra kay say private ECG nkagu kagu if the PDS crap ba e no ono ba e no ECG kana e wo system no mu no ono de wa mfa no anka ne de no ho eno ono no be fan fresh edi free baby e ho de wo be de wo betima anya mfaso na mum sa aka na e ka ho no na se ni na be ka something like schools so ho police stations soldier for na minim se omutua bill e free work on de menua jai Central Police Station ho if baby inspector kumasi over you pampaso inspector for no mo no ko ha frigi se gu omo veranda na omo de ton suo no omo so abiel omo ntua so ho enti amane de mrawi ba se ko bi antua ne be na ko dum na no ma chiu mesi na no ma chi mia de me ko lazima Kofi Jumah eveze this former NDC ma ya o ai ne office ton no me ko ye sana matari nyina tete se ma bedwutwa omo kaniem enka wo mu nyagro you don't pay so ho inti heading because you see so consumption now cost right you don't mean charge you between any PURC no sana tie the free 600 unit work on that time na isi zubenyeska e hoso na confusion here den e wo we dem common be break or hunti eja emre pam na beto aso no program we the best tops all
Medasivinia.
John 10:10. Was in Sanya Kwama Bet. Felicia no one Sanfa Podidi. Fansa Dema dear was say,
Menia, Mema, or Addo program is at
Erasmus ni and you just mean I mean no casafa mitano.
Okay.
And brother na oma comments is here. Menene nyadwe ne say 600 a unit and sana use the nyesika and moi ECG nankasa. The type of meters na yewo system no. Eno no emwa.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
The type of
I think
meter.
to send you, can only send me some of the pictures. Now, I will take my time and bring you one-on-one on this particular show.
Okay.
Now, what
And
how different is it from the others?
Okay. Me send you pictures here.
All right.
Now, Mr. Hano, a Bluetooth meter. We electrician, no one G permit. Now, we touch meter and a pair. A be show office, so obi attach meter no. And I say, wait to meter na to. Me kwaye juma ma me nua Ghana ni baako. And me 2 meter na to for about 3 hours. You will fear PSC and G for the. Nyame nko anya sanka me ko jail. Nyame nko anka me ko jail. Nti aha no unsa apartment bia wo ni meter. Enti wo nko a wa use wa be say $50, $100, $100 $50, $30. Nti bosom ne so a wotua sansika no ema company ne nye ne sika. Na wo ka say 600 unit ansa na ho na electricity corporation one wonya musika na enye good ayi. Kakra wo boabo no. Eye chance obuka so 600 na because the way I charge electricity bill from 1 to 50 no a boy yedejo and from 50 to 100 near na 100 to 150 and above no so different charges are yede charge you. Enti so we were 1 to 50 radius na ninsa abino and I say new use no otumi tue ho a osome so no ndeka asimesi so ndeka wo so obia na obia use no na obia tua neka ema electricity a woton kwa bonte no saka osika eye chance obuka so opese bro 600 and I say nipa no hia 600 asana mama ne meter brother bako o kroma ase na oye meter reader no that industrial area connection circle in between connection na hono na yede no toy enti menene share wo it was stores no back why friends home depot and they top building materials na emihu na me so obi ono no bisa boy Ghana ni am say Ghana ni so afi na mabo na me so na me to electrical pass also electrician so no catch me so no ready meter or meter reader Ghana na every month no and that's a week no to me the best 15.
Hello. I think say menu and line no I drop it kakra. Enti but you wait me to adwen chira ba ma make messages aba ni bi na afide yenko yenim. Abena bodu as wontumi fie ni de was say enye nkwala agoro. That is how I think say it's going to be sometime Ghana and one will say and then another dem ko cover will be the 2-bedroom house at the 13 air conditions e ko ubo home. That's the meaning say yenkai. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is every day 7 p.m. Ghana time and I'm a I've been getting a lot of calls asking about that 7 p.m. Ghana time and numerate 7 and meba until I stream from there 7 p.m. every day Monday to Monday or Monday to Sunday. I don't know how we're going to call it. And our platform is to purchase so you subscribe with me take your time not subscribe. I have a PayPal account also william.amankona@gmail.com if you want to support this particular platform as well. Ubit may use that particular PayPal account and also. Now, what they support how we do productions and other things on this particular platform. Ebiomoso say only obia and as a you be our website which may contact me on the same number. Or website is now PCN system. Ubit me contact me on the same number. So na so open develop any particular app for you. I have a dedicated team and that is what we do for living. And also ebit me and now Eddie. So just contact me on the same number +358 465372 na indi jumadino. That is what we do as in a daytime. We have a lot of team that we do or app designs, website design, anything they get we do it. And so Michael Boche say the stealing and corruptions are cemented at the students' politics in our tertiary institutions. And yeah, I think I agree with you. That translates into national governance. Ora must jail all the thieves, criminals, and take everything. I do agree with you because the way I had politics in Akwa could do the students' portals and I think I have a problem with those kind of things. But mine here, Timothy, that is what people wants to do. Let me subscribe. First time here, yeah, Michael Botwe, why are they? You need to subscribe. Now, share some more performance in Kabi. But as a platform, monofie politics. We do politics in a different style. Like MOBI inputs ever, and then we do a lot of like education on this particular platform. Ochina, as part of our discussions, and I am prepared to why and say, Namene, the Bono is regional correspondent to the presidency. Achati Sisia Ochina, he's gonna come back on the show. Timinu and Orizi, the Chiman Kentampo stretch of the other way, he's gonna investigate that one tomorrow. He's gonna come back tomorrow and then give us the report. Menena Achati Sisia. And then a BMO Ochina, what are we gonna do? They say Saglemi housing project, That's a Diana and the NDC 1. It is Kabasi infancy 5,000 unit housing. I have all the parliamentary handsets in our channel. I'm going to take you through. Now, a lot of discussions on that. Maybe let me just show you how it's going to look like because I have the parliamentary handset here ready. I've gone through every single thing that is in it. And that is what I'm going to do. China, we're going to do a lot of education because NPP4 ato emfuturu bebre agu nipa bebre ani otiase. So that is what we're gonna do tomorrow as part of our discussions. Debiya no e person ni mani bi wo ha ye de be education na ye de bi so akofam because me person di tro etu obi aso abra nipa na ye di ntro to ne so no. Enya de say serve any purpose for him. Nti that is something I want us to do by tomorrow, right? Nti me person meeting me that two screens so nanka. Let me do it in a different form. All right. My main is saying to channel hands are doing but I'm gonna share the screen for you to see how we're gonna do it. Maybe probably tomorrow, right? Because Ghana no yet me to futuru go be so nipa no say be say wanya akwanya ameyi na no a obi antimi enka bi emma no. So that is something me who say NPP4 they are very good at doing all those kind of things, what I say. So we need to do it in a different form. See, I promise you so much. I best adjuma nyina busanfo. Ye boss adjuma nyina kama. Ede ama obi ama was who say we do a lot of things behind the scenes. Send be ya onso be hu niema ekoso. See, let me just do it this way. Now, maybe it's a me the screen or abeto screen or so. Well, sometimes it happens like that. Maybe. Let's see. As I didn't I'm just finding it difficult to do it. But I'll do it. I promise to do it tomorrow. Into China, we're gonna do all this kind of education. I'm obia and so senia Ghana no yen shida indi tro engu obia so. What I say. Into obia wa na dwen say sebe tro azane na da no no onim say eba beye wo mind we no we're not gonna do things that way. Mr. Watching up a time, we are actually going to do that as well. Medini William Monufie Amankona Timpacho so oh any kind of question we answer if he say maybe I about life now person discussing so ubetime aka actually me na fidie menimu nyina aye that particular education nyina. Let's do it that way. Send be ya sebe Ghana na nyina e wono. Yen sheda en na ada obia. Enya de yedi ntro atu obia so yen na ada yenu bia so ye kan no kware sene no kware no obia ebi hu sene asema akwa we kan de sebe no kware na waka achire mama so ati. That is something we are going to do tomorrow. Mama yempemre. Anyway, I couldn't project the hands-out of or the parliamentary hands-outs on our screen, but I think say I'll do my best to do that tomorrow. Na afide obi a be hu sene a adana etie. Nti pemre unya subscribe and bacho subscribe for mame sene be a watching me ba. You also get to see whatever we're going to do. Midini William Monufie amankona platform Monufie politics. What I say. Enye ne saa nyakopon ene montra na ochina isia we're going to work very hard to get everything done. I'm here's the messages we about then we all read it. Thomas Doje Chale, I'm going to take you through all the parliamentary handsas. That is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Now, because me pesi be di intro be was system no ma se be nipa dodo na enim se nsema mo kan be bre na intro. What I say? NPP for I think say they are very good at doing all those kind of things. In the AB Kumas as a more fire tomorrow, and I say, but you don't allow ghost NPPs. Charlie, yeah, we if any in Chile, or China, you be shiki or kama pa. If I don't know Mudi intro, we're gonna diffuse that jandam nina, you be jandam nina, every system no kakran. That is something I think says, you need to me, yeah, every boy in na, and I'm a boy. And yeah, but your more support na, yenye, edumani nina, kama. Yes, sir, mine a team no, be my own and throw, ena ombedi, edegu, ebimo so. All right, I think I've gotten it right now. Indeed, that is the parliamentary Hansard now, Ochina Yedebeye Ejumano. That is how we're gonna go and then do everything tomorrow. Inti kama pa all the pages ninano. Ochina Medibaba Abechiramo. Nama Chirao Sagrame housing project and so be this cow, so be in this cow. Ochina Edinina Ebeba. Nakupon and Nimunina Montana. Baba. When we general mosquito abra. General China near soldier for a defend the NDC party. I say, be banner general castle copa.
That is why his observer, Mama no accreditation from electoral commission, so on method the Eoco. Now command baby say on baby say. Momon share baby amuga, mubetimi who the Eoco verification machine. I for no, Master Owen, NDC for no, NDC agents. Space you have, what the hell be who the Eoco where they are very important. But see what is happening here. I'm not friend now, the men are proud, I'm friend.
Come on. I dare you say, maybe now you're due to say.
And I'm not saying,
and I dear Radia Mammy. One who wants me. Galam safe one way. When you move two. Boys and girls. Galam safe one. And now one where dear Radia Mammy. And now a barbesia. And I will see Netium. And I hoof me. And I say, one. You coffee uncle Jolly. Name Jolly, we are no whom. So I say, men are not why you say no, hey? Obi te bank, hey? Good way, galam safe for. Good way, check your thing. Me quite few, no, I can say, my funny baby, hey? One, you see what I'm from my camera, no? You see, and I'm quite. Where do you mean coffee? No, I can say, my coffee and my coffee good. And hey, I'm on with your radio. Ain't you way galam say for her, Baba saying? Why not tell me? Why? Bema. Would I Bema? Yeah, man, I die you. A man, Kobisa. A man, I die. Well, shall I want your hoofy? Your quack would jolly. What if you know when you're gonna want to yay or your banana?